have you here. And we hope that you have an enriching experience. So before we start, like I said, I asked you already a lot of questions. So we'll not ask you more questions now. We'll move forward. Okay, 1 second. So I'll show you my launch video first. The launch of Zzoko, basically what this is, a launch video. You can have a look at the video and then I'll explain you what Zzoko is. That, just give me a minute. I'll just share my wait. 1 second. Yeah, here you go. I hope you all like the video, and Mokshita, I will request you not to make the annotations. Please don't do it. Okay, I will just, anyway, we'll go forward. Just a second. So I hope you all like the launch video. Now I will just move forward. So this is the agenda for today. For 1 second, I will have to stop this. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'll have to stop these annotations. Done. Okay. So I'll tell you all about the agenda today. First, I'll tell you about what Zzoko is. Then we're going to have Mr. Devanshu Balab talking about money management tips. Again. 1 second. I don't know why this is happening despite I've disabled the annotations. I'll stop my screen sharing for a bit and then I'll start again. So to avoid this. Okay. So I hope the screen share has stopped. I will share it again. Now guys, I request you all to give me a thumbs up again if you all can see it, and then I'll start. I'm really sorry for the nuisance people are trying to create during the session. Okay, so today's introduction, then we have Devanshu Balab talking about money management tips. Then we have Ms. Sanika Kakirde talking about effective online shopping. And third but not the least, we will have Sadhna Singh talking about etiquette in business introduction. So before we start, I would have general instructions for all of you all. Raise your hands if you want to speak. Do not use foul language. Do not interrupt the speaker or the participant who's already speaking. Do not spam the chat box. And again, please do not create any annotations on the screen. We will have to throw you out of the meeting in that case. And last but not the least, fill the feedback form. If you all want to get e-certificate after each session, like all of these 3 sessions have their own certificates. So if you all want to take all these certificates home, you all need to fill the feedback form. Now I'll tell you what is Zzoko. So basically, with over 1.5 years of ideation and brainstorming, we have been successful to build a platform that aims at bridging the gap between people looking for the experts and advice and experts wanting to share their knowledge and expertise. We, Zzoko's team, have a mission to transform the expert advisory industry and develop an expert ecosystem which will be one-stop solution for your personal and professional requirements. We have over 40 categories and several experts to assist you with anything and everything. Just name the category, and we have a lineup of experts to help you with that. From health to career to startup, nutrition, resume building, fitness, we have it all covered. We also have categories like marketing, wedding, interior designing, and many more. We have a wide range of experts for individual categories as well. And the plus point is that you do not have to travel to these experts to meet them and gain their advice. We have brought them closer to you. They're just one tap away from you. So you can book your consultations through the Zzoko app. I will now show the QR codes in the screen. The one is for Android and the other is for iOS. So you all can download the app by using this. I will give you all 2 minutes to do so. And the links will also appear in the chat box if in case you are not able to scan the QR codes. So you can download the apps through the links. Because it's 6-1, it's 4-1, and we'll start by 4-3. So you'll have 2 minutes. You all can download the app. And if you all need any professional guidance or any guidance in your personal life, be it if you're a student, you all want to learn how to develop yourself, if you want to know about how to start a startup, there are many consultants, there are many experts who can help you with that. You can book these consultations with experts online from the comfort of your home and just by the tap of your phone button. Or you can also visit the website, and it becomes really easy, and these people will give you one-on-one personal guidance and will make sure that all your confusions are cleared. So you might as well download the app, and there are many things to explore in the app as well, which you will only know when you download the app. So it's better that you download the app. Okay, so we'll now move on ahead. Now I'll tell you all about what the mega launch event is. So we launched Zzoko platform for the people, by the people. So basically last year when COVID happened, everything was shut, and we realized that people need to talk, people need to bring their heart out, people are looking for assistance, for guidance, and a lot of more things, but they don't have all of those people to talk. Some people are living alone, some people don't have the courage to vent it out to somebody in their family, and hence they need professional guidance. And there are students after COVID, they're worried of how their career would be, and hence we started the Zzoko platform so that people get to let their heart out, get their professional guidance, and are able to do better in life. And hence the Zzoko platform was launched. So when we started the event, which is like an 8-day event, and today is the 7th day of it, we focused that we should be also benefiting people through the event as well. So we brought 24 experts to share their insights and knowledge about various topics related to health, development, finance, social media, mental health, soft skills, money management, effective online shopping, and there are many more. I cannot name all the 24 as of now, but and also there's a cherry on the top. Like if you all have attended the previous sessions, you all might know we keep gifts. We have delivered a lot of you people with pizzas, with pastries, and we have many challenges wherein you get ebooks, you get free gifts, and many more. And now, because the event is coming to the end, the launch is coming to the end, we are going to have many more gifts and prizes for you all. And I have one funny task for you all today as well, which I will reveal in the first break. So this is all about the event, and everybody who's attending these sessions will be getting an e-certificate, which you all can use to upgrade your resume and show it to people, and to tell them that you're not just wasting your time sitting at home, you're actually upskilling yourself, you're meeting people, you're networking. So it becomes really important for you all to get these certificates and these insights from these experts who are really, really very knowledgeable. With that, I will now go to our first speaker for the day. If you all have any doubts till then about the event, you all can put it in the chat box. I'll take a minute to answer them. Anything you all want to know about how do you get the certificate, or anything about the event. So we are going to have 3 sessions today and 3 tomorrow. That is total 6. And you all will be having 6 different certificates for all of these. And that is what the Zzoko is. And again, like I said, you all about the Zzoko app, you all can download. I will keep showing you all the QR codes so that you all can keep downloading the app. And please follow us on the social media sites so that you all can get more updates. We keep putting tips for students, entrepreneurs, startups, and we have a lot of funny things going on there. So you all can follow that there as well. With that, we'll move to the first speaker of the day, which is Mr. Devanshu Balab. He says he is an handwriting analyst, is a founder of Handwriting International and a certified handwriting analyst from USA. He has been featured on News 9, News Nation, Asianet, Radio Mirchi, Red FM, and many more places. His goals is to transform 10,000 lives through handwriting analysis and counseling by 24th of October 2025, and 1 million children by foundational learning of FAST, F.A.S.T handwriting and study skills. He's also a marketing and branding strategist in Gillette, HDFC, and Citibank. If you want to know how he gets this paying clients and getting high paying clients, how to manage the money and all of that, this session is going to be really, really important for you. Do we have Mr. Devanshu joined already? I don't think he has joined, so we'll wait for a minute or so for him to join. Bharti, Ujjwal, do we have the first speaker joined with us?
Yes, Janvi,
Yes,
he is
yes.
here.
He's already joined, but I don't think he's coming in the...
I think he is not able to speak. I think there's some mic issues.
Okay.
Let's wait for 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's just wait for 5 minutes, guys. Let him just get done with his connectivity issues, and I'll just stop sharing my screen so that he can share his. So guys, till then, all the links are in the chat box. And like I said, we're going to have a task on LinkedIn. So if in case you all don't have a LinkedIn profile, and we might have tasks on Instagram as well. So make sure you all download it and make your profile as soon as possible. But I'm sure you people are like quite people who like networking and all of that. So you all should have the LinkedIn profile already built. But if you all don't, you all still have the chance, because I will be revealing the task in the first break, not now. So till then, we'll wait for Sir to just fix his issues. And till then, you all can download the app and check out the app. And if you'll have any doubts about the session, about the app, about the services, anything, okay, he can start. Okay, Sir, over to you. We're really glad to have you here, and please take over. No, sir, we cannot hear you actually. Like, you're visible, but we cannot hear you. No, not yet. I think there's some issue with the microphones. Sure. Guys, let's wait for him to just fix. I think there's some issue with the headphone. We'll wait, and then he'll be back in a while.
Hello, testing. Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, you're now audible.
Okay, great. So first of all, thank you for waiting. There's some technical difficulties that we fixed to come online uninterrupted. So thank you, everyone. And thank you, Ujjwal and Bharti and Janvi and others for hosting the session. So I'm Devanshu Vallabh. I am the founder of Handwriting International. And today we'll be talking about something very important, very close to my heart, which is money management, which is very, very essential for being an entrepreneur. Previously in my corporate avatar, I was the business head of global workforce management. So I was managing institutes and colleges across India, and I was co-founder of skills and knowledge integrated programs. I've worked with celebrities, CEOs, and others. So I learned management skills, money management skills from some of the best people. So formally, I've been not, my education is in psychology. So I understand how people spend money and use money. And So I've survived and worked so long because I was able to manage my finances very well. It started with me being a college student and mismanaging money, and because of that I was not able to write my exams properly during my even though I was really good in my first year. Because of my mismanagement, I didn't do so well in the second year regarding money, because when you have money, then you have freedom, or I would say a mental peace that is required to succeed. But if you mismanage money, if you see many of the many cricketers or celebrities who have a lot of money, they have mismanaged money, and then it doesn't matter how much you earn, but how well you spend it, how well you use it is essentially a very important skill that we need to inculcate. And many of the times our parents also teach us how to manage money. So there's a different blueprint in managing money in a middle class family. That's where I come from, and the rich manage money differently. So we'll be touching where how you can transition from being a student, and many of you would like to become entrepreneurs, or I don't know. So if you can write in the chat bot and chat and tell me that why do you want to learn this, and how you're going to use it as an entrepreneur, or as an employee, or you would want to do something of your own. So let's keep it an interactive session. I have some amazing information that's taken me about 12 years to learn. So I would like to share that with you over this 1 hour, less than 1 hour period that we have. Okay. So Dave says that he wants to start his own business. Okay, that's amazing. Anyone else would like to share? No, we'll keep it interactive, not so you can. Yeah. Okay. So Priya says retirement. Okay, great. So you're planning for retirement right now, and anyone else? Okay. So Rohit also wants to start his own business. So a lot of entrepreneurs here.
Hi,
That's
Dave. I'm
amazing.
on. This is Vidya. Hi, this is Vidya.
Hi Vidya. So we are not. I don't know whether I don't know the rules exactly. Like we are able to interact or no. But thanks for coming. So
Okay.
we'll connect on. Yeah.
You just said it would be an interactive session, right? That's why I unmuted.
Correct. Yes. So sure. So you can say what do you want to use learn money management for? You can
Actually, one
unmute
of
it.
like I think Priya was talking about retirement. I don't know what she meant about retirement, but I want to talk about the financial retirement at the early stage of life, wherein once we get that financial crisis, tension is out of mind. We can have that enjoy the life that whatever we have earned. Even we need time to enjoy that, right? It's not like you earn everything and you cross the age of 60 and you can't enjoy anything of what you're working and all. So early retirement
Okay.
is what I was talking about. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, amazing stuff. So we are talking about financial freedom. So there's one chapter on financial freedom that also I've worked on. So we'll be touching how you can be financially free. There are many things that are there. So I'll keep it very simple. What I've learned is the more simple you keep it, the more you'll be able to use it. You will be able to understand it. So I'm keeping it very simple. No financial jargons, no financial like. I'll use everyday language. I'll be explaining where things in a very simple manner, so that you can use it, you can understand it, and then you can be financially free, or you can create a business asset which will grow, and then it can help you and your family long term. So are you guys ready? Yes.
We are
Okay,
ready.
so I'll take it as an affirmative. So whoever was giving me thumbs up, so thank you. We'll get to this part. So let me try and uh, share screen. Okay. Okay, so I'll do a share screen where we'll be able to. So I'll explain it using presentation plus using different instruments, so that it keeps interactive. You don't have to always like money management. There are many things that are there, so it'll be a visual type of workshop where I'll be explaining concept. You can ask me questions in the chat. and then we can move ahead to the next topic. So in between, please don't interrupt on certain things because there's a flow to this. So if you have any questions, you can message me directly, or you can ask it towards the Q&A session. So if it's uninterrupted, then we can cover most of the topics which are key and very, very essential. So once you understand this at a college level, then you'll be at least 5 to 6 years ahead, at least, of all the other people, because most of the people will be either mismanaging their money, but if you do it consistently over a period of 5 years, you'll be able to go far ahead, irrespective of what type of job that you get. So you have an income producing asset or business producing asset. If you manage it well, then you'll be able to go long term with it. So we'll start off. So I'll just, okay. So our money management webinar. So first thing is, I think most of you guys would know Will Smith. Yeah. Like he's one of the Hollywood stars, and then in our culture, like now we have become more westernized. So he says this, which is very much admissible to all of us altogether. So he says this very interesting quote. So I mean, anyone wants to read it for me? That will be great. So who would like to read it for me?
Can
Like,
I?
we'll keep it.
Dev,
Okay,
can I?
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Please go ahead.
Yes. Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't like.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Vidya. So if too many people, now this is very much applicable to here. It's like when we are in, like when I was in college, then I wanted a bike. Then when I had a bike, I wanted a super bike. And then when you just graduate out, then you see other people buying cars and buying homes after 4 or 5 years. Now we have not got to that point, but now you'll see that, okay, at least to get a girlfriend, you need a bike or car. Now it's become like that. Okay, so you're always under peer pressure. You always want to have shoes, okay, like branded shoes or clothes and these things if you're doing something. So always it is like there's peer pressure right now you're experiencing when you graduate and you go to work. Then you'll have different aspects of peer pressure working. So always remember that like you're spending money for your own happiness. You don't need to impress other people. So that is very important. Okay, just give me a second. Oh, there was some. Okay, so I have some backups with me just in case. Okay, now everyone can see me. Yes. Okay. Great. So next, what we'll be understanding in the seminar is that, like, you might have already heard this quote, right? Like, I think some of you would know already this quote already. So in your mind, you would have said, yeah, I do know that. Right. And I was the biggest, like I used to read a lot of books. I used to know a lot of things. So anytime someone used to come for a guest lecture in my college, I used to have this in my head that, yeah, what new is he going to teach? So always I was to judge, okay, like, okay, I know that. And somehow that stuck with me. And later on, when I was trying to understand many concepts and these things, so someone very wise actually, like many of the people who were very successful, they taught me this particular thing, that you need to have a concept of emptying your cup. You need to be open to learning. So many of the things you might already know, right? So I'll be emphasizing the certain aspects which you need to understand. So this quote comes from really far. Chaitanya, what are you doing? Like, if you're getting bored, then like you're drawing on this, right? So it's Will Smith. Okay, sure. So
So,
we'll move on to the next part.
sir, sorry to interrupt. Sir, you can off the annotation. So on the right hand side, there must be three dots. You can just click on that, and you can just you can just reshare your screen and off the annotation so that nobody can else do it again.
Okay,
Actually, you
sure.
have to reshare your screen. Then only it will get disabled.
Okay, just give me a second. Okay, got it. Thanks.
Thank you.
So now I learned something new. Okay, thank you. So we can all learn something new from each other. And it's not like I know everything, but I'm trying to save. See, best thing is if you can make the same mistake, okay, that I have made, and or you can learn from 12 years of experience that I have had and learn from some of the best. So like, see, many a times you'll feel like checking your phone, you'll be distracted. Okay, so the more you pay attention, the more you'll be able to grasp and understand. And if you can take a lot of things, like these are some of the wisdoms from some of the best people that I've learned, such as T. Harv Eker, Brian Tracy, and if you know, there is Gaurav Verma, who is the founder of Carvale, and then a few other entrepreneurs whom I learned from personally. Like I analyze writing, so I get an access to a lot of rich people, and then if you see my social media, then I've like analyzed like 5,000 people. So used to get to hotels and so many other places. So I learned like how rich people are completely different, or they think much different from all of us. So going forward, this is one quote that is very, very important, is by Socrates, that I know that I know nothing. Okay. So if you come from a place where you're completely empty and you think that I don't know much, then I'll be able to teach you. If you know that, like some of the people who are drawing, if you think you know everything, then you're excused, like, right? So, I mean, let other people learn. So if you're ready, then we'll jump on to the learning aspects. So we'll be doing a concept called super learning, where we'll be able to learn much faster and keep this interactive as much as possible. So if you're ready, then we'll jump into this. Okay, so we can start now. Yes, so thanks, Vidya, for the thumbs up. Now we move on to a very important understanding. Because now, right now, what we are learning in the college system, school system, do you think that you can apply in your job, in your business? Yes. In the chat, you can just type no. Okay, Priya says no. Anyone else? Can you apply, say, I mean, basic mathematics will be there, which you'll apply. Yeah, so that's only knowledge. So you can't basically apply all those things. Okay, so you just get the degree. So technical aspect, yeah. So I agree with the basic aspects, and these things, they give you a bit of confidence and everything. But once you go outside college, and some of you might have done internships also or work for companies, so you'll understand that sometimes you feel lost. Like I felt lost, like when I started doing my internship, then I got to learn a lot, and these things that what I know, that would not be enough. So I used to work and do many things outside college to gain experience. So this important thing, what you need to understand is that right now there is this flux period that is there, where a lot of, in the next 5 years, there is a lot of changes that will happen due to artificial intelligence, machine learning, and few other. There'll be such jobs that are coming up which you didn't think that will be there, right? Like five years ago, we didn't know there'll be a role as a data scientist, or many other roles that are coming up, or growth hacker, or crypto currency would become so famous, and so many things that are new jobs that will come. So to be very successful in this age, what we need to do is, so this is one quote that is was really hard hitting for me. So anyone wants to read, they can go ahead and read this for me. So I'm giving an opportunity that I'm not only one talking. Anyone can come and join in. So it's not a one-way thing. So apart from Vidya, anyone wants to go and read this? I'm giving an opportunity to someone else. So you
The
don't have to.
illiterate of
Okay, sure, Weber, go ahead.
the illiterate of 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Alvin Toffler, Future Shock.
Okay, amazing stuff. So this sounds a bit rude because you don't call the people in India illiterate. Okay, but here it is like if you study a particular subject, but you'll be asked to do a different role in a company. So whatever, every 2-3 years you'll have to learn something new. Okay, then again unlearn that and then again relearn something new. So every year, like if you're especially if you're working in the field of technology or even marketing now, it's become more digitized, and performance marketing is another concept that is coming forward where you check how are your ads and other things performing. So something new that you'll have to understand and learn. Then if you are able to update yourself constantly, then those are the people that will be successful in the 21st century. Versus like just see this 2 years period of time, those people who were having bricks and mortars, or they were owning shops or retails or these things, they have been displaced by someone who is online, right? Like Amazon and other companies have grown tremendously, and other companies such as you take Big Bazaar. Now they've sold to other companies, and many of the companies have been absorbed, right? So everything is going digital, and to take this into perspective, you need to understand that uh, money doesn't follow someone who is doing what is necessary now, but what being ready for the future. So it's all about coming out of your comfort zone. So this is one thing that is not easy to do because we are so used to using like if you see people who are in the older generation, our fathers and forefathers, they are learning how to use smartphones, mobile phones and apps and everything. So they are learning. So we also need to prepare ourselves for the future, because this college system or the school system will not prepare us accordingly, because the system is already there in place. So there's this comfort zone that we are in, uh, where we feel we are much more in control, and where things become easier. But initially, because you see the next to the comfort zone, there's the fear zone. And once you accept your comfort zone and you expand your comfort zone, then you get into the learning zone where you learn and acquire new skills, new ways of marketing, new ways of doing things, new ways of doing business, which is more online and digitized, and then you grow accordingly. So this is something which is really important for everyone to understand, that things are not going to be the same once the lockdown ends. The world is completely changed, and people are not going to go back to the old way once you're used to attending sessions such as this. They're not going to be guest lectures as of such like this, but they're going to be Zoom sessions that are there, and people are going to do lectures like this because it is more convenient, more economical to do so. So I came out of my comfort zone, prepared a presentation to do it online. Generally, I used to prefer going and doing sessions offline, but this is a much better way in how you can interact and get to know people. Okay, so you have any questions before we can go ahead to the next part? Okay. Okay, so Chaitanya had mentioned artificial intelligence. Okay, good. So So we'll have an interactive sort of exercise after this. So everyone, if you have your notebooks and pens and everything ready, then we can go ahead and or you can share in the chat itself. So I think many of you had seen what was being shared. So first thing I'd like to ask you before we understand about how we manage money is what is exactly money, okay? And why money is important. What are the things that we have in us that stops us from succeeding? Because you see many people who are brilliant, but like their marks doesn't exactly correspond to financial success outside. But people who are able to make themselves more valuable in the marketplace and either in business or in corporate or otherwise, then they are able to succeed. So my question to you is, what is money according to you? I'm not talking about a definition. Like, I'm asking, what is your beliefs regarding money in general? Okay. Like, what have you been told by, like, I've been told by my parents, money doesn't grow on trees, these so many beliefs that come accordingly. So according to you, what is money? Okay. So if you can write in the chat, that will be helpful. Like, what is your belief regarding money? Is it easy to come by? And accordingly, what would you think about money? Like, what is the beliefs that you came from? So I can go ahead and share that. So I'll just type in the chat. Okay. So if you can write down your beliefs, whether on paper or otherwise, then we can go ahead and understand. Like, we have to come from an understanding. Like, you don't have to share this with everyone, but for your own understanding, like, what is your beliefs with regards to money? Okay, so if you can, okay, so Anmol, see, now you have to understand, like, Anmol has shared something, and like, the more you're interactive, the more you get from the session, and the more confident you are, the more you get, correct, from the session. Okay, money is a way to better life. Okay, brilliant. And materialistic things. Okay, money is power, status. Okay, wow. Okay, so very interesting. You guys are interacting, and yeah. Money comes to those who need it. Yeah, that's sometimes true, but like in lockdown, we saw that many people didn't have food to also eat. So sometimes that cannot be true also. Money is a resource. Yeah, that's right. So if you have certain money beliefs, like money is the root of evil, money is not easy to come by, you have to work hard for money. So those things will come in the way of you actually making money, because money sometimes becomes an emotion. A lot of times, a lot of fights happen at home because money is not managed properly, or there's not enough money, and so many things that we have. Okay, got it. Money is not, is okay to work hard for money. Okay, so Vaishali says money is help in our bad time. Okay, like, yeah, I agree with that point, but like, let me be like honest with you. If you just look at money that is a way to help you in your bad time, then you're focusing on your bad time. Then like you're saving up. Like generally our parents say, or everyone says, that save up for a difficult time, like save up something might happen, and then you're saving that money. So if some emergency happen, then you can use it, right? So that belief comes in the way that you're saving just money so that something bad might happen, and then you're going to use it. So you can use that nest egg for many other things that is there. So Okay, how to make money as a student. Yeah, that we'll get to for sure. Okay, like how you can make money as a student. I've done it, so I'll tell you guys also. There's a simple system that is there, what you need to understand. If you just imprint that in your mind, then it becomes much more easy. Okay. So moving on, we will understand that why some people become rich and some people don't. Okay, so moving forward is why most people don't become wealthy. Okay, so there are generally 5 beliefs that are there which stops people from becoming wealthy. There was extensive research on this done. So you want, I can share that with you, but mostly everyone wants to earn money. They want to do many things and stuff. So I'm sure you guys are here because I'll be teaching something revolutionary. But if you understand this simple thing, I think this basic foundation is enough to get you started. I'll recommend any books or anything so that you can read to build on this, but this is the basic part of things. So Brian Tracy, who is one of the top coaches, he's basically surveyed CEOs and many rich people, and he came up with these 5 things that stop most people from becoming wealthy. So after Vidya and Vaibhav, anyone wants to go ahead and read this, I'll give an opportunity for everyone to interact, because even though you're not on camera, then you need to develop confidence. You see, many of the people who are becoming rich, CEOs and everyone, they are good in giving presentation. You take Steve Jobs, or even Steve Jobs was, so now even Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and anyone who is a CEO or who wants to become successful, they all have to speak and give presentations and make things. So I'm giving an opportunity for everyone to also talk, not me just being one way. Okay, so please make use of this opportunity. You don't have to show your face on camera. I'm giving you an opportunity where you can just read out things. So I can give you 5 people the opportunity if you'd like to avail it, or 1 person, anyone. Okay, so these are the 5 things that will are there. So who wants to go? Who wants to have this golden opportunity to read? So first one who goes, has more chance of becoming a millionaire.
Okay.
So who wants to go first? Okay, Vaibhav has raised his hand. Vaibhav, you've spoken once. So if not, then I'll come back to you. If no one wants to speak in another minute or so, then I'll come to you. Who wants to go ahead? And yeah. So you guys want to become business owners and wealthy and financially free. So just get over this self-consciousness where, see, in college and school, what happens is you always see your teacher asks you a question, right? You always see, like, you have a question, but you'll always see if someone is raising their hands or no. Then whoever comes, asks a question first. Okay, you don't want to be the dumb person who raises his hand. No, only the person. So this you will notice. Yeah.
Devanshu,
So who
if
wants?
ready, can I go for it?
Okay, so Vidya, you can read one. Vaibhav, you can read one. Okay.
Yes. Okay, then I'll go for the first one. Okay. It never occurs to them. The average person has grown up in an environment and was surrounded by people who aren't wealthy. Thus, it may never occur to them that it's just as possible for them to become wealthy as for anyone else. Yeah. Done. Devanshu, you're not audible.
Once again, I'm not audible. Am I audible now?
Yeah, now you're audible. Yes, yes.
Okay. There was some. Okay. So I'll just Okay, so Weber was raising his hand, then we'll come to Rohit next. Okay, like, and then Priya. Okay, so Weber, you can go ahead, read the second one.
They never decide to. Even if a person reads a book, attends a lecture, or associates with people who are financially successful, nothing changes until he makes a decision to do something different. They never make a firm, unequivocal commitment or definite decision that they are going to become wealthy.
Okay. Yes. So this is what happens when you're not deciding on certain things and doing certain things, right? Like, if, for example, I had invested in Tesla or certain stocks about 5 to 10 years back, then even some people say, you could have one of my seniors, he invested 10,000 in bitcoins, and now he is no close to 1 CR. So I'm not saying you should invest in Bitcoin, but once you decide on certain things, then people who take decisions go ahead. People who don't take decisions sit on the fence. They kind of stay at the same place, right? So yeah. So next, third one, we'll go with Rohit, right? Rohit, and then Vidya, and Priya. Yeah, Rohit.
They keep procrastinating. People always have a good reason not to being doing what they know they need to achieve financial independence. It always the wrong month, the wrong seasons, or the wrong year. As a result, they keep putting it off until it's too late.
Okay, great. Like, main thing is like, I think we suffer from this the most, including me, that we keep procrastinating towards the last minute, whether it is studying for exams, whether it's homework or any assignment. But in the real world, if you keep procrastinating, then it's going to have different consequences. So, like, once you learn this and understand that, I mean, there's creative procrastination, and then there is like, where you keep procrastinating towards the last minute, then there is pressure, and then you have to do things at the last minute. So procrastination is one big challenge that I see with everyone, including me. Okay, so just keep this in mind. And I think Priya was next for the fourth one.
Yes, sir. They enjoy immediate gratification. The great majority of people have an irresistible temptation to spend every single penny they make and whatever else they can borrow or buy on credit. If you cannot delay gratification and discipline yourself to refrain from spending everything you make, if you cannot delay gratification and discipline yourself, you cannot become wealthy.
Okay, so this is one thing where which is very, very important, because many of the you will see students, they just come out of college, they get a good job, and then they get a credit card, right? Like, and you have got big billion days, Amazon sale. Now there is cred, where if you spend money on your credit card, you get cred coins, so you can spend some more. So you have to understand the financials. Like, you're spending about, like, if the math is correct, you're spending about 40% extra. If you're spending on credit cards, there'll be late payments, so many other things that are there. So just sort of be prepared with this respect. There's a mathematics to it on how you have to spend. I'll share that with you, so that it becomes easier for you to spend. Like, I'm not saying don't spend on things that you like. If you're working hard, you're doing a job, you want something, how much you can spend, how much you have to save. There's a math to it. Okay, so last one, anyone wants? This is the last one, or I will read it. If anyone wants, they can read it, or I will read it.
Sir, can I?
Yeah, Nishkinda, please go ahead.
Perhaps as important, if not more important than all the other persons, for not becoming wealthy. Research shows that there is one single factor than any other in predicting success in America. This is called time perspective. Time perspective refers to how far you project into the future when you decided what you are going to do or not to do in the present.
In the present. Okay, so Anmol also had raised his hand, but Nishgenda spoke first, so I'll give you a chance for any other thing, Anmol. So see, now you have to understand that time is really money. Now, if you're example, you're searching on Amazon for deals, or you're going somewhere for shopping, or you will see many a times just when the lockdown or fuel prices increase, you will see people going with their vehicles, standing 2 hours in the line for saving like 5-10 rupees for filling petrol. And so you have to understand there's a time value to it. If when you are in a job, you not understand this, but once you are a freelancer or you own a business, then time becomes much more important. So if you're making, say, sales calls, or you're doing certain projects, if you have 1 or 2 hours time extra every day, then you can take on more projects. So you have to think from a time perspective, not from like an employee perspective, but also see that, like, this concept is a little challenging to explain, because once you're working and you're doing freelancing, that's why always I emphasize people, or I have also done that, you get into something called a side hustle, or you're taking up projects on different platforms and doing it, then you'll be able to earn and understand the value of time. So these all are lessons from me also. I'm not like 100% on this. So there's this as much learning for me as it for you. So next we move on, and we'll be understanding what Vidya had shared, that regarding retirement, how do you essentially become financially free? Like, these are concepts that are there, but mainly if you understand the time perspective, how you can free your time and also earn money. Not saying that suddenly I'll give you an engine and then money will be keep coming in, and then you can go to Goa and sip mango juice and sit on the beach. There's no 100% formula that is there. Traditionally, there are two major asset classes, which is real estate and stock market, which can give you financial freedom, which are proven methods, but others are now you've got NFTs also, the non-fungible tokens, and so many other things that are there. So I'm saying people are earning money from it, but a lot of people are also losing money from it. So just be careful with regards to that. So we'll move on to this concept called, like, everyone is interested in, which is your financial freedom. So what is financial freedom according to you guys? What do you mean by financial freedom? I think Chaitanya also had mentioned fifth, so I'll give you an opportunity, Chaitanya. Okay, so in the chat box, what is financial freedom that you want? Financial freedom also doesn't mean that you have to be lazy. Okay, like, there are many, like, say, Elon Musk or any of the entrepreneurs, they can be financially free right now, but they are still working. Okay, so Priya says basic requirements are fulfilled. That is one of the definitions that is correct. Early financial retirement, that is good. Chaitanya is freedom to spend. So that's great. And everyone else, if you are also interacting, if you're not looking to speak, at least you can write in the chat. So what I have understood from life is that there'll be two kinds of people. Okay, like, if you watch a cricket match, okay, there are people who will be playing cricket and who will be succeeding and who will be cheer. And there'll be other people who are spectators who are right. So I think Rohit also had raised his hand. So Tanveer. Okay. So you have to choose whether you want to be a player and succeed, or you want to be a participant in life, like no, just watching other people succeed. Okay. So I mean, that's a way to put it. I know that's it can be a bit I can be a bit harsh, but this is the way like how life is like. You'll see many people being participative and interactive and other things, but that is very, very important if you would like to succeed. Okay. So one is you go and do things before that you interact, and that's what I've noticed in training and working with people. Okay, so fine, financial freedom is assures and investing your own money. Okay, that's correct definition also. So once I mean all these definitions are correct, and we'll be learning this formula also in a system towards the end on how you can be financially free. So before that, I'd like for you to understand this particular concept. Okay, free also says assurance and insurance. Okay, that's also good. So all these definitions comes under financial freedom. So we'll be understanding how money works and what are the different roles through which money flows to people. Okay, so once has anyone here read Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, any one of these financial books? Has anyone read? They can share in the chat box. Okay, Rohit has read. Okay, started. Okay, good. Vidya and anyone else? If you have read this book, then you'll understand this concept. Okay, or else I'll share this concept with you. There are 4 classes of people that are there, and if you can, I'm not talking about your like manager, CEO, and all that. So that comes under an employee category. So first, we'll understand what are the different categories, how you can earn money. Okay, because before managing money, we have to earn the money that is required, right? So once you graduate out of college and start with a job or business or anything, so there are 4 ways you can like earn money. And before that, like most of you said, like financial freedom first is like this was a poll that was done, that you're not dependent on anyone, you have enough money to spend, and this is before we get into that part. Like most of you said, like becoming debt free, having enough to spend. So this was the poll that was done, just because just to show you that what was that. Okay, so coming to the 4 parts called it's called ESBI. Okay, where you have the employee side, where E is the employee. Then you go to S, which is self-employed, and then you have a business owner, someone who runs a business. And by this definition, I don't mean like you have a website and then you're working on that. That definition is not of a business owner. That is still self-employed, because you're still working for money. Once you have like there are 2-3 definitions that are there. The older definition would be that if you have 500 employees working for you, then you have some sort of system that is in place where people are working for you. Now, if you're opening a digital marketing company, you have 10-20 people working for you, or a design company, or I don't know which business you guys are looking to do. So you can tell me so I can share that with you guys. Like, which business are you guys planning on starting? Okay, Vidya has already started business. So most of the, like she does digital marketing, content creation. So that's great. What anyone has their own business or looking to start their own business, they can write. Okay, so then I'll share like how money basically flows through all these systems. Okay, so self-employed teaching. Okay, so like you're teaching right now, or you're planning to teach? So I think you're teaching right now. I don't know exactly. Okay, and anyone else? What business are you guys planning on? Okay, okay, you're teaching right now. Got it. Okay, so sure. So I'll move on to the part where we'll try and understand more with regards to this. Wait, yeah. Okay, so ESBI, basically I've explained you. E is employee, S is self-employed, where whether you're freelancing, you have your own small business, or the business is dependent on you completely. Like if you can go on a vacation to Goa, okay, like I think many of you have gone to Goa, so I'm taking that definition out. And then you come back and your money that you're getting is remaining the same, then you have a business, or else it's a self-dependent business, or else. Okay. And investor is someone who invests money, whether in a business or real estate, and gets a return on investment. Again, if you're earning like if you buy a house and you're renting and you're getting 20 to 30,000 per month from that, and it takes care of all your expenses, or it can be 50-60,000, or you're owning a group of 3-4 apartments. Many of the people or your friends' parents would have done that, so you'll understand investors from that perspective. Okay, and then there are big business owners like Reliance, Tata, or anyone, or big investors that are there, which on, like Warren Buffett earns 2-3 billion out of investing in majority of the assets and these things. So that's a different level altogether. So this is your traditional, like how do you become basically financially free, is using this system. Okay. Okay. First you start as an employee. Okay, you start off having a job. Most of the people generally out of college, they have a job. Then on weekends and on the side, they start a company, startup, or anything. Like you see Flipkart, it started off in a garage. So for 16 months they were working and setting up things all together. And then you build a system, you get investors to invest in your company, or if you own an internet business, then the investment is not that high. Like you can start off, but that is like you need to understand and follow a different mechanism altogether, like how I'm doing. And then once you have enough money, say you have you're making at least 4-5 lakhs, and your expenses or running that business on a scale is taken care of, you have overflow of money, then you can invest in other asset classes such as real estate, stock market. Many invest in bitcoins and NFTs, and you've got I don't know, like there's every 3-4 months there's new coins that are coming in Ethereum, Dogecoin, and different things. So I don't know what you guys are looking to invest in. So I mean, what is the new trendy investment right now for you guys? What if you had money right now, what would you invest in, or what would you do? Like just think, like if you had all the money in the world, all the time in the world, what would you do? Okay, so we'll just come towards the end of the program. I'll just teach you one system in 5 minutes, because we're coming to the end of the program, and we try to keep this interactive as much as possible. I wanted more people to interact, but few people interacted. That's a good start. That always happens in class. Okay, so yeah, so just this is basically okay. So I'll just brush through this very quickly. Okay, so you have this like in statement. Okay, so you have income that is coming in. Say for example, you have a job and you have income coming in from that. Say you're earning 60,000 per month. So at the start, So you have income coming in, then expenses would be your say you have to pay rent, you have to pay transportation, everything. So you have to spend like you give some money to your parents, you buy some things which you like. Okay, so that comes in your expenses. And then you have this asset and liabilities. Traditionally, asset liabilities, people will say you buy this, okay, you buy gold, you buy this, then that becomes your asset. So that is a dead asset because it is not putting money in your pocket right now. Right. So if you're working for yourself, you're an asset yourself. And the more, say for example, you learn 2-3 more skills, say digital marketing, or you can do video editing, so many things. So you're earning 10, 20, 30,000 more. So then that becomes an asset for you. That skill becomes an asset for you. Or if you're owning like a rental property, then that becomes an asset for you. Liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. For example, your vehicle broke down, or you have to pay student loans or something, then those things are taking money out of your pocket. So if you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, you'll understand all this thing all together, and you'll get the details there. So I'll not get into details over here. Okay, and this part is really very, very important. Okay, if you can understand the system which is there, so I'll brush through this quickly. First, if you're earning say 1 lakh per month, okay, I'm talking about 5 years down the line, when you have many of you will have families and you have got married, maybe. Okay, that's up to you. So 50%, you have to divide things in a system, because without this system, everything goes haywire. Say 50% would be your necessities, your rent, your vehicle, so many other expenses that are there. Long-term savings, basically you're saving for something over the long term that you want to buy, say maybe a bigger car, or if you're saving up for a home or something. 10% is your education fund, where you're looking to invest more in your education and learning and improving your skills. 10% is for fun, where you go watch movies, go out, save this for a holiday or any other thing. And 10%, like it depends. Okay, like you can keep it 10% or 5%, where you give 5%. And this becomes really important, because many of the times I've seen many people not do this, and then rest of the things they are not able to do it. So keep 5% or 10% for giving to others, whether it's not about giving to your parents on this part, but giving charity or something that you believe in, some cause, or maybe like for me, girl child education and so many other things that we do works towards that. I used to do this a lot, but now it's become a little less, because we're rebuilding again. So financial freedom is where you invest in stock market, real estate, or somewhere where your money will actually grow. So this is like I've spoken to chartered accountants, they also believe in this system. Like I've spoken to some of my friends also who are into finance. So this system works perfectly. And yes, this is something that will be there with you. And this is something which I'll send it to you. If you can send me your email, so I get your emails, I can send this to you. So you write down an amount where you believe, and you send out to the universe that I need this amount for this. Okay, and I'm willing to give this effort or something valuable that you're going to give. Say for example, you're going to help people with their marketing efforts or something, then it becomes easier for them. Okay, so I'll send this to you by mail. You can use this, and like you see, Jim Carrey, he was poor, and then he wrote 20 million on something similar to this, and he earned $20 million 10 years down the line. So it does work. If you really believe in it, it does work. I've seen many people who have this and who have succeeded. So we come towards the end of the presentation. I think one person was left, right? Who wants to read this? Who was left, I think?
my favorite things in life do not cost any money. It really clear that the most precious resource we all have is time.
Yes, so time is limited, and how well you use it, whether in your college or otherwise, will determine how successful you are, and what is like your values and how you're using it. That becomes very helpful, because now you're in your 20s. Ask your seniors, or ask your someone who is in their 30s, like, if everyone has certain regrets. If I use this time properly, then I would have been somewhere else. So once you grow older, and certain things like, maybe now you don't have that much baggage, but generally everyone who are in their 30s and 40s, they have that, okay, I could have done this, I could have done that. Or you would have told that maybe if I studied more, I could have got more marks, I could have got into any other college or any other thing. But now is the time actually which is very important for you. So how you're using this time, how you're investing this time is very, very important. So thank you everyone for attending. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, or if anything in chat box, you can ask me directly. So thank you, Janvi. Thank you for doing this, and hope you guys implement and use this in the real world, because you've taught many practical things. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for taking out time and coming here to share your insights with all of these people here. If you don't mind, we take 2 minutes if they have any questions, and they can put it
Yeah,
in the
sure.
chat box. Yeah. So guys, if you all have any question, just put it in the chat box and I can read it out to him.
Okay. So anyone has any questions with regards to this, you can ask me in the chat box. I think everyone is thanking me for the presentation. Yeah. It was simple. So you have any questions in particular regarding the presentation, financial freedom, or you have any personal questions or something, you can ask me.
There is Vaishali who asked, just tell me about how financial freedom for students in short, if you can.
Okay, so financial freedom for students in short. So I see there are many definitions that will come. Okay, you can do this, you can do many things. Mainly work on your communication skills and your ability to influence people. In short, I would say, if you have the ability to influence a cell, or you have a skill which is very, very important in the workplace. Okay, those, and there are many other skills that are there. So you can become financially free. There are many, like if you learn video editing, design, and this thing, there are apps like Fiverr or many other things that people require. So understand what is your unique skill set. Like in teaching, if you get I think you're in online like into teaching. So if you get into online teaching, you understand online teaching and you create courses, you're basically able to duplicate yourself. Like the Byju's guy, he doesn't go and teach personally, right? Everything is there online. So now 10 years before, we are not able to do this. Okay, but now you can do this. You just need a good phone, or if you have someone who has a DSLR who can record your lectures and you can put it online, then you can duplicate yourself and also take live classes. So financial freedom for you in this way.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other thing? Any other question?
No, there's no questions. It's just Vidya saying thank you so much, Devanshu. It was really an informative session. And I don't think anybody has any other question. It's pretty much clear to them. So in that case, I think we're done. Thank you so much once again for taking our time and being here and explaining your points to them as well as us. Like financial independence is like the main point for all of us, be it any age we are in, but financial freedom and money management is something it's really important. So thank you so much once again, and I hope we see you for many more sessions.
Yeah, sure. I think they're asking my LinkedIn profile or something. So I'll just type out my name. You can reach me on LinkedIn or Insta or somewhere. So This name is there on all social media, so you can reach out to me in that way, or can send you an email if you require the presentation or something like the check and these things. I can send it out from the team. Yeah. Okay, so we are done.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. We'll now move ahead with, I'll just share my screen. And also, guys, we have Mr. Devanshu on Zzoko app as well. So if you all want any personal sessions with him, you all can download the app and you all can book the session with him. I'll now again share. But before that, I'm really sorry. Before I share the screen share, you will get a link in the chat box now, which will be a feedback form of the session you all just attended, money management. So please make sure you all fill the feedback form, because if you all don't, you all will not get the e-certificate. So please, I'll give you all 2 minutes. You all can fill the feedback form. Till then, I can share my screen. I'll give you all 2 minutes to fill the feedback form. And again, this is the app. This is the QR code of the app for iOS and Android. So if you all want, you all can download the app and book session with Mr. Devanshu and many other consultants and experts which are available on the app for you all. We also have the links in the chat box. So I'll give you all 2 minutes to fill the feedback form and download the app if you all want to. After that, I will give you a task which is on LinkedIn, and I will put the link here as well. So by now it's 17:12, which is 5:12. So we'll wait for 2-3 minutes. You all can do the tasks which have been told to you, fill the feedback form and everything, and we'll move forward. And I really hope you guys are having a great time. And I really am thankful to everybody who's being so interactive with the speakers here. And I can assure you, you will, benefit from these sessions. And I hope you all come for tomorrow's sessions as well, because tomorrow is going to be the last day of the launch event. But we keep having these sessions, these speakers every week for an hour or so, maybe on a Friday or Saturday. So you all can come and be a part of those sessions as well. And down, the latest link is our WhatsApp and WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and Telegram links. So you can go to those links and join the WhatsApp group. So eventually, if you join our WhatsApp groups, whenever we put updates about the app, about the speakers, or about basic points like about money management and a lot of points we keep on posting on Instagram and on these groups, so you will be able to get direct updates of that. So I think you can just join the groups, and the LinkedIn profile is also there. And now I will share a link, which is the LinkedIn post link. This is the link for y'all. So basically, the next session, if you all don't know, is going to be on effective online shopping. So I thought we could have like a fun task around that, and we could the best answers and the funniest answers and all of those. We will give you all some gifts, and I will reveal the gifts later on. But it's going to be something really great. I can promise you that. And we'll give these gifts to around 3 or maybe 4, max 4 people. So you all can put your answers into LinkedIn. So basically, the question asked there is, after COVID, it has become really difficult for us to step out. So what we do is we shop online. But from the start, or whenever we shopped online, we do have some funny stories. Okay. So for example, if I'm somebody who's fat, I ordered a wrong size. When I wore it, it was very it was not looking good, or I got a wrong color, or I ordered something else and they delivered something else. Such fun stories and instances are always there, and I'm sure everybody has it with online shopping. So I want you all to share those with us in the comment section of this post. The post link is here. The contest is running till the end of this session. So you all can comment till the end of this session. This session, as in this one and the next one. So total 3 sessions in, and then we'll reveal the speakers. I'm sorry, we'll reveal the answers and the winners of the event. I'll give you all 2 minutes again. Go to the LinkedIn profile, see what you all understand. If you all have any doubt with the question, please ask me. I can explain you again. Basically, you have to share your funny stories with online shopping, and we'll in the next session we'll learn about online shopping as well by our speaker. So you might as well want to take part in this fun task. Till then, I'll introduce the speaker, and you all can go to the LinkedIn and put the answers there. Okay, so we next have Miss Sanika Kakirde. She having worked as a designer for almost 15 years and styled many clients, she has her personal styling brand, Sanika Kakirde, in 2019. The brand aims at adding value to everyday style sensibilities of an individual by making fashion approachable and easy. SK wants to promote utility and wise consumption of 3 important resources, that is time, energy, and money. She deals with her clients personally, assisting them with every detail along the way. She has also have been writing for a renowned daily, The Telegraph Kolkata, as their style coach. The columns are about everything related to fashion and style. Not every one of us is a fashion icon and indecisive when it comes to clothes. Like me personally, I'm very indecisive when it comes to buying clothes. I cannot decide what I'm supposed to wear. And hence, buying online without trying them is very difficult for a lot of us. So, we have her today to tell us about how we can do that. And she's going to talk about effective online shopping. So, I'll now like to invite her, Miss Sanika Kokede. And, ma'am, are you here?
Hi, Janvi. Can
Hi,
you hear
ma'am.
me? Check.
Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome, ma'am. We're really glad to have you
Hello.
here.
Can you see me? Because I
Yes,
can't
yes.
see myself.
We can see
Okay,
you
how
now.
can I not see my? Great. Hi, everyone. How's it going? How is everyone doing? Like, hi in the chat. I am very excited about this session. I don't know about you guys. Hi, Rohit. Hi, Vaishali. Okay, Janvi, put your video on. I have to ask you something. Can
Yes,
I
ma'am.
participate in the contest?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Because this
Please
is
go ahead.
something that I want to do. Am I eligible to win gifts? Otherwise,
Yes,
these
yes,
guys will
for
win
sure.
everything.
No, you're eligible.
All right. So, Janvi, first of all, you are doing such a commendable job. I have been attending a few of your sessions, and I have to applaud you. The way you carry yourself, your poise, your engagement with all the attendees. I'm sure they will agree as well, because some of them seem like they've been around for a while now. So good job, Janvi. Very, very interesting. Good learning experience for me as well. And thank you for the wonderful introduction. So as we know, this topic or subject doesn't need an introduction, does it? Does it, Janvi? Online
Absolutely not. No, it
shopping.
doesn't.
So shopping either excites people or scares people. And the scene with the online situation now is it's only going to boom, correct? And in the future, this is all that we are going to see. In fact, I was reading a very interesting column today which said, in the future, there will only be voice commands, AI. So the future is online. Now, as Janvi correctly pointed out, a lot of, times online shopping either can work or will not work. So it's one of those territories which is very dicey, right? So how do we ace this? Should I dive right into my tips? Should I?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay.
We're really excited for this session.
So great. So tip number 1, knowledge is power. If you have knowledge in every sphere or every field, it will put you ahead in the game. Similarly, with online shopping, there are 2 things that you need to be very clear about. Number 1, when you go and pick a product, let me give you an example. Say you've chosen a t-shirt for yourself. right? Now, remember there is product description below the t-shirt. It could say a lot of things: eco-friendly, bamboo fiber fabric, stretchable, 97% lycra, 3% spandex, X, Y, Z. Things which may or may not make sense to you. My top tip is go study these terminologies. Everything is available on Google. The more you study your product, the more you will be able to navigate this with ease, because then you will know what to expect. So let's say, for example, there's a cotton bamboo fiber t-shirt. You don't know how it is made. Go and read up what bamboo fiber is. You'll see the more you keep doing this, the better understanding you'll have of the product in front of you. So that is part one of knowledge is power. What is the second part, and where do most people get stuck? Size chart. You know, sometimes some brands have different sizes. Say, for example, if you're buying an S from one size, you may actually fit into an M from another size. Why does that happen? Well, primarily it happens because of fabric, the way the fabric is cut, pattern. It's a lot of detail. Let's not go into that. The point that I'm trying to make is, recognize this? Guys, can you see this? Can someone tell me what this is in the chat? What is it? It's a measuring tape, right? Measuring tape is your best friend. If you are shopping for yourself, the least you should do is have your measurements written down somewhere. Measure yourself. Learn how to measure yourself correctly. Okay? Then every website will have their size chart. Go and relate back. Now, some sizes may be UK, some sizes may be in inches, centimeters. Learn those conversions, because this will really help you. You know, it will help you decide which size will work for you, right? And once you have your sizes ready, you know, from top to bottom, this is literally, you know, if there's a tutorial on YouTube, please go see that tutorial, see, you know, read up on it, see how sizes are important. And every part of our body has a different dimension. So at least have your size ready so that you can compare it to other brands. Correct? This was tip number one. Tip number two, which a lot of people skip and which is a cause for major anxiety. Read the company terms and conditions, policies on returns, exchange, refund. Every brand, from a top brand to a high street brand or to a new age brand on Instagram, will have something on return policy, exchange policy, or refund policy. I want you to make it a practice to go and read it so that you and I don't get into a fight later on. And you and I are prepared. Some brands will tell you that you can exchange a product within a month. Other brands will tell you, give you a 2-week window, right? Some brands will tell you it's a COD. In that case, you know, we are all safe. Other brands may tell you that whatever money you've given them will be refunded into your bank account within an X number of days. Usually it's done between 29 and 30 banking days. That's my experience, but you should still read it. Other brands may tell you, we are going to keep the money and you can buy something equivalent to the amount that you spent. So this is something very important. A lot of brands will also, lead with sending you feedback forms. Do try to fill those in case of returns and exchanges. And please be aware that certain things are never returnable, especially items on sale and especially innerwear or intimate wear. So these are some things, if you read return, exchange, refund policy, company terms and conditions, it will make you very easy with online shopping, right? Moving on to step number 3, make friends with customer service. These guys are literally our angels in the process. How many of you have called up customer service angry or written them an angry mail? Anybody here? Well, I have. You know why that's happened? Because I have not read the terms and conditions and policies and how much time it will take, etc. So customer service is somebody who is there to help you. Please understand, they are not responsible for things going on or things going wrong. They will help you bridge the gap. Now figure out how to reach to customer service. Customer service can be either reached via mail. They will take a couple of days to respond. Give them that much time. They can either be reached via call. And nowadays, some new brands like, smaller brands on Instagram, they also have like a WhatsApp icon. You can chat with them. Or if you insist, you can also call and make friends with somebody to guide you through the entire process. So any confusion you have across the board, customer service, make it a habit. Because, a lot of times we may get something which we may not like, or we may be confused about, or whatever. For any clarity, best bet, phone uthao, customer service. Mail karo, customer service. Don't get irritated with this. Please understand, these guys are here to help us, right? So customer service, top tip. Just keep it in your mind. Inse dosti karni hai, jaise taise. And read about every brand. What is the number, between what time they are available. They have a few working days. Mostly in India, Sundays is off, and Saturdays till 6 p.m. more or less every brand is working. But having said that, just check once, yeah? Moving on to tip number 4. When you see something you really like, or you feel you like, have you experienced a sense of urgency? इसको जल्दी जल्दी ले लो, जल्दी जल्दी ले लो. हुआ है, सबके साथ हुआ है, right? Now, I always tell, everyone I know, my clients, with shopping, a sense of urgency only works if you really like the product, if it's really on sale, you've been eyeing it for a long time, if it's really worth it, and if it's the last piece. Or offline, when you're traveling to another city, you will not come back, okay? And you see something, at that point you don't think that maybe, unless it's, it's something, one of many you have. If it's something unique, grab it then. But sense of urgency does not help to build an extraordinary wardrobe. More often than not, what I have observed is you end up with a lot of junk. So try and sleep on the product, correct? Unless, again, you really love it, like it in your gut, this is something I want, this is something that will look great on me. Apart from that, sense of urgency is a clear indication of wasting time, energy, and money. And being effective means utilizing these 3 resources wisely, correct? Because we all have limited amount of time, limited amount of energy, and of course, limited amount of money, right? There you go. Moving on to tip number 5. Be clear about what you want to buy and why. Many a times I've seen people just wander off on shopping websites and they just fill up their carts. Again, recipe for disaster, because your house is filled with junk. And I don't know if you guys believe, everything has energy. And the more your spaces are blocked, you're blocking prime real estate. Imagine. I know people who've taken out clothes with tags. Forget about people. I was a person who had new clothes and I would forget about it, right? So you have to decide your upper limit and figure out for yourself that, what I'm trying to buy, why is it that I'm buying it? If you have 10 sport shoes, but you're someone who says, I love sport shoes, and you want an 11th one, Nike or Adidas has come up with this fancy 11th sport shoe. or there is a sale, buy it. I will not say no. But think, what is that 11th sports shoe going to do? You may as well buy something else with that money that you don't have. Imagine the trajectory change. You will get something new in that kind of money and you will look new. Correct? Moving on to tip number 6. This is what I do very often. So many a times, in the middle of a work day, or we are going from point A to point B, we are scrolling our phones. Yeah. Thanks to Instagram, social media, there is pop-up everywhere. And we suddenly like something. And for some reason, in that moment, we are not in the mindset to shop. Or we are with people, we don't know what to do. And we think, हम बाद में जाके इसको देखेंगे. बाद में क्या होता है? You forget where the link was, you forget the brand name, you forget, where you saw it. So here is what I do. And this is one of the most effective tools. If you start using it, let me know what you thought of it. I take screenshots. I take immediate screenshots with the brand name, with the product details, or I share links to myself on my mail or my WhatsApp, right? So what this does is I usually make a folder so that, I can go back and look at it aram se. So that I can decide, okay, these are the things I've liked. Now let me decide with a cool mind whether I want to buy this or whether I can let it go. And 100% of the time, this has served me. Of course, it also comes with the, thing that you may not get that product again. That is a risk you should be willing to take. But I promise you, again, to build an extraordinary wardrobe, these are tips and tricks that will help you become a better decision maker. Like Janvi mentioned, a lot of people have problems deciding. There's too much. Keep a folder, sit on it, sleep on it, go back to it when you have the mind space. Think about it, look at your clothes. देखो आपके पास क्या है already. बहुत बार क्या होता है ना, we end up buying the same kind of thing and then we say same कपड़े आ गए वापस. क्यों होता है? Because we don't think. So this is a chance with the screenshots. Later on when you go back, you can actually say, अच्छा, okay, now I have a fair view. क्या लेना है, क्या नहीं लेना है. Right? At this point, Janvi, I would like to break. We are at tip number 6. Any questions so far, guys? Any questions? No questions? Should I continue? Any questions? I just want a sense of, understanding that are these points driving home? Does it make sense? Yeah? I'll give everybody a second to, all clear? Great. Okay. Okay, cool. So then I'm moving on to tip number 7. Look, guys, we have just learned to panic in every situation, correct? Because the first thing that comes to everybody's mind is negative thoughts. So my 7th and most important tip for online shopping is have patience and don't panic. When we go to a restaurant to have dinner with, say, a group of friends, we, dress up, we go there, sit, we are in a good mood, we look at the menu, we order food. Do we go into the kitchen and start cooking? Are we impatient for our food to arrive? We wait patiently, we relax, we chill out. We know that it will take about 15-20 minutes, half an hour for our food to come to us, right? Similarly, with online shopping, when you place the order, please go and read how much time the brand will take to deliver it or ship it. Don't get impatient every other day running to your darwanji and asking him, packet aaya, packet aaya, packet aaya. I have seen people do this. Janvi, this is my funny story. What do you like? The thing is, if it's coming from Delhi, can it come the next day? Unless it's like a super fast speed courier on a Concorde plane to you, it's not going to come. So give it that time and have some faith and patience. Because we get anxious. So let's say, worst case scenario, let's say they've said shipping in 7 days. Wait out those 7 days. On the 8th day, if it still doesn't come, which point? Who's your best friend? Who do you reach out to? Who is your best friend? CC. Yes, Kritika. Customer service. On the 8th day, if they say we are going to ship it to you in 5 days, wait karo. 6th day, reach out. It's not going to go anywhere. Believe me. Sometimes it's the logistics issue. Sometimes it's something, and especially with, the given scenario and circumstances we are in, a lot of upheaval has happened in the retail industry. So cut everybody some slack. It's very important that we start treating everything with a lot more gentleness, including ourselves. So, when we panic, we also go into survival mode. That is a whole different topic, and you lose the joy in the process. So have some patience, have some faith, right? Your parcel, your package will reach you. If it doesn't, they will have a short explanation for it. Moving on to tip number 8. This happens with most things online, okay? As much as you should be excited about getting something interesting, be prepared that it might not be what you saw. This is the predicament and the nature of the online space. Many a time, जो दिखता है, वो होता नहीं है. But now, I'll have to say that brands have, the photography level has, the standards are up. They have the exact product description. They know if they are not selling you something they promised you, they will take it back. But be prepared, because a lot of times one color may look different online and it may be very different when it arrives. So don't lose faith. I'll tell you a story. This happened also with a friend of mine and a client, both simultaneously. A friend ordered a shirt at a very reputed brand. And so I had told her about the brand, and she basically didn't get any mail. So she was waiting it out, and it was a COD order. So she circled back to me asking me, what do you do? What do we do? So I said, send them a mail. And strangely, what happened was they circled back with a mail saying the product is out of stock. With my client, she had ordered a pair of pants at one of the brands that most of us use. So she had ordered her size, and they circled back with a mail saying, and she had paid in full, because that is a debit card, credit card transaction. And they circled back to her saying, we don't have your size. So, this is what happens, because many a time, websites, suppose there are 4 things left, okay? So Janvi is gone, Ujjwal is gone, Keshav gone, and I have gone, one after the other. And Kritika is the 5th one to sign in immediately, 1 second ke farak mein. So all the 4 things have gone, she signed in, she's paid for it, but the inventory upload hasn't happened. Now, why it happens, I have no idea. They should start using better, algorithms. But sometimes a lot of these big brands also, they will not have inventory updated. So yes, that has happened. Very few and far between, these kind of cases. Usually hota nahi hai. But agar aisa ho, be prepared, because ultimately it's a very volatile and a very evolving space, the online space. So when what moves where it may be coming via Chennai, Delhi doesn't know what's happening, it's coming to you in Kolkata. This can happen, right? So best friend, customer care. So that about wraps up, my tip. But my ninth tip is very important. You know how we judge people when they shop? You may be having siblings at home, spouses, parents. It's not called retail therapy for nothing. And I'm not just saying, okay, because shopping and anything new, anything exciting, spending money, the energy of spending money has a kind of excitement. Buying something new has a kind of excitement. You'll see the difference, when you wear new clothes, your body language changes, you're excited about it, right? And that feeling is very important today more than ever, because a lot of us have been at home. Uncertainty is the new buzzword. Kal kya hoga pata nahi. And I would highly encourage all of you who have parents at home, elders, children, to encourage them to buy something for themselves. It shouldn't be too many things. Of course, I'm going to discourage people if they are shopping mindlessly and like crazy mad hatters just because distraction chahiye aur acha lag raha hai. That is also not the way ahead. But especially for elders, and I am going to say this now with the upcoming festive season, this part of the country we have Durga Puja, and of course followed by such a beautiful festival, Diwali. I think make the online shopping a family experience. Deciding together what to buy, who to buy it for, what works, what doesn't work, is a very enriching activity in itself, and it's a very bonding activity. And I think all of us need to be very bonded, and we keep thinking, what should we do with family? This is a very, very fun activity. So don't judge people if they're shopping, because everyone's going through their own thing. Be kind, be gentle, help them shop, and you shop for yourself too. And my last and final tip is have a blast. Okay, this is not like an exam. It feels like an exam when you don't know how to maneuver your steps. Now that you've got these steps, there are certain things you will get better with time and with practice. Correct? So like, for example, I know once a product comes and it's not what you expect, it feels like such a pain, right? Oh my god, now custom, make it your habit कि ये हो सकता है, because this comes with the territory, right? So have fun, and the more you start doing this, the more you start getting into this groove, you will see by and by, as time passes, you will be so efficient and so effective. You will be an absolute pro at online shopping. And having said that, let me add a little bit of a caveat. Even if you're not, trial and error always works. So with that, I wrap up my session, and I hope you guys had fun. Any questions, let me know. Anything, any questions at all about online shopping, space, styling, anything.
Ma'am, I have a question.
May I know who I'm speaking to?
Yes, it's a Shivya Gupta.
Sorry, can I see your face?
Ma'am, I'm in the class.
Okay, no
So-
problem. No problem. Yeah, tell me your name
Yes,
again.
Ma'am, Shivya.
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 Okay, hi.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
So,
Shivya.
ma'am, I'm pursuing MBA with. So I have a little confusion, like what I have to opt. Like, is it best combination with marketing and operation, or is it best combination in HR and operations?
This is
Can you please
something
suggest
that a career counselor will be able to
Yes,
tell you.
yes. If you have any idea, so can
You
you
should
help
ask, you should connect with Janvi and guess who's the best in the business.
me? Sure,
Okay,
ma'am.
go on our app, check out. We have a lot of experts. Bharat, Prashant, the entire team, Janvi, Ujjwal, Guneet, Palak. These guys are phenomenal. They will handhold you. They will take you to the right kind of expert. And I frankly, I recommend coaching at the early stages of your life is very important, because we didn't have this kind of a space when we were, in the throes of, we just figured everything out ourselves, right? Today you open your mouth and say, किसी चीज का भी expert पकड़ लो, you'll have it, and Zzoko will have it. So Janvi will guide you. Janvi, please guide
Yes,
Shivya.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Shivya, the link of the app, sorry, ma'am, the link of the app will appear in the chat box and you can download and book the
Okay.
session. Yeah. Ma'am,
Okay,
there are
okay.
questions.
Yeah,
There is
please.
Priya says there are usually no reviews of dresses on online shopping. So how should we order that? I think she means should we order those things or no if they have no reviews?
So this is Divya, right? Priya.
Yeah.
Divya.
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, I don't go by reviews at all, because we all know reviews can be bought, and our friends write our reviews for us. Okay. I'm being very honest with you, because how do you know? Unless you actually know somebody who has bought something, you will never know about a review, unless and until it's a fast growing brand and you get a sense that this is something that may work. Again, in such a confusing case, always go back to customer service and tell them, if this is not what I'm going to get, then what do I do? Get it in writing from them. Get a mail back from them, and you'll realize if customer service is being iffy, we don't know, maybe a lot of people, you say, I want to know if the reviews are authentic, and you give it to me in writing that if this is not workable, you will take it back. Get a mail in writing, and don't ever go by reviews. Never ever go by reviews. Very few, unless a brand has a lot of reviews, a lot of people are reviewing it, a lot of influencers, credible influencers, please. Because there are a lot of people trying to be influencers. They are not. Credible influencers, okay? And see what the brand looks like, if there's some polish, if there's some, any of these trademarks, licenses, go and do a little bit of a review. Cool? I hope that answers your query.
We next have, one second. There's Amrita. She asked, can you tell me some tips for styling myself?
Amrita, I will have to see you. So come on, Zzoko, and meet me. But I will give like a general tip for everyone. See, personal styling is always about a couple of things. One, it's about your personality. It's about your lifestyle, about how your body type is, and about your comfort level. So with personal styling, one shouldn't aim at being a fashionista. You should aim at being stylish within your comfort zone and pushing those boundaries slowly. If you can't do it by yourself, take the help of an expert or learn slow and steady. Okay? And another thing I want to tell everyone here, please stop following trends blindly. All of you have started looking like clones. I am not joking. If the crop top is in season and the high-waisted denim is in, everybody is wearing those things. The guys, the jogger pants are in season. All the guys, what are you guys doing? Like, have some sense of originality. It's nice to follow trends, but don't follow them blindly, is what I'm saying. Correct? And also, please come online. There are a lot of us, in the styling sector on Zzoko. Come, we'll have one of our sessions. I'll have to look at you, because till the time I look at you, I don't talk to you, I will not be able to give you an exact, customized situation that works for you in terms of styling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other question?
No, there are no more questions, but we can wait for a minute or so if they have any.
Okay. I am trying to understand who's won the contest. Thanks. Thank you so much for being such a cool audience. I have tried to keep it simple. These are things that I've learned on my own. So I think simple things always are very effective. Thanks.
Ma'am,
Guys,
I had
any
a
other
question
question?
if
Yeah,
I
please,
ask.
please, Janvi. Sure, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so this is like I've always heard people saying, like, for example, somebody who's like a healthy person should not wear like a particular kind of a thing. But on the other hand, there are some people who, talk about positivity and you can wear whatever you want to. So, like, what would you say on that? Should we dress according to the type, or should we be like, we can wear anything though we're fat, or that doesn't matter?
Janvi, magic happens in the middle. Okay? You should wear whatever you agree with. If your body, please understand one thing. If there is one rule everybody should live by, is the minute we put something on, our body gives us a signal. Okay? This is nice, or this is bakwas. यही दो signals होते हैं. The minute you put something on, ठीक है? This is literally your body telling you if this works for you or not. How will you know if it works for you? You will stand straight, you'll pull your shoulders back, posture will change, you'll have a smile, you'll glow. You will know this works. You won't have to ask anybody. So I say fat, thin is rubbish. Do not listen to others. Either you listen to an expert, or you listen to a friend whose sensibility you judge, you rely on and you trust. Sorry. And ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है कि fat person not this color. Of course, look, now if you come to me, I want to only highlight your strength, right? And when you highlight your strength, you hide your flaws. That doesn't mean that you cannot wear things. I completely disagree with this. This color not on this person, this makes a person look short, tall. Of course, there's visual impact, but let the experts decide. And shut your ears, okay? When somebody tells you these kind of things, first of all, be kind enough not to say these kind of things to other people. And when people say these kind of things to you, shut your ears and build resilience. And go with what you feel is right for you. Or consult an expert.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Cool. Anyone else? Anything else? This is your chance. Personal style. Janvi, funnily, a lot of people feel that fashion should be very difficult. And the most stylish people in the world are the most effortless. Have you observed? You think celebrities are like, unless they're on the red carpet, you think they care.
Good.
So style is about being effortless. Yeah, they are very simple. They wear clean clothes. They absolutely wear clean clothes, and they wear basic stuff, basic. So, chalo, I'll give you one more tip. Invest in basics. What are basics? Basics are your, solid color t-shirts, jeans, shorts. Because basics you can style in a million ways. And accessories, few and far between. But don't go crazy with it, okay?
I don't think we have any more questions.
Great. So is that a wrap?
Yeah, we have the next speaker here. Sadhna ma'am is also here, so we'll.
Hi. Excellent. Okay, cool. So I'll see you guys on Zzoko. Thank you so much for having me, Janvi. Again, commendable job. And give my regards to Bharat.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
So guys, I hope you like this session, and just now the link will appear in the chat box. Fill the form so that you all get the e-certificate, and we'll quickly move to the introduction of the next speaker. The feedback form link is in the chat box, and please don't forget, if you like the session, please don't forget to go to the LinkedIn link I shared. I'll again share it. This is the LinkedIn link. Just put your reviews there, tell a funny story of what you have faced while online shopping, and let's give you some gifts for that unique story. And I'll now share my screen. 1 second. So I'll give you all 2 minutes to finish the feedback form and the LinkedIn thing, and then we'll move quickly to the next and the last speaker of the day. Great, Rohit, you've done it. Nice. Others also, please fill the feedback form. Otherwise, you will not be able to get e-certificate. So you better fill the form. And we'll quickly move to the next speaker. And please take part in the LinkedIn thing. I can really assure you, you'll be receiving great prizes for it. The contest is still on, so y'all can still do it. We'll wait for a minute and then we'll begin. Okay, so we'll move to the introduction of the next speaker. Till then, y'all can still do it. So our next speaker is somebody who believes it's never to be late to what you might have been. Interacting with people has always been her passion. Ms. Sadhna Singh recollects how in childhood, sitting on a train, reading other person's behavior and starting instantaneous conversation has been her favorite task. She converted her passion into her work to become a behavioral coach and a soft skill trainer. Having honest conversations and guiding students or professionals to achieve their goals has always been so satisfying for her. She is a founder and chief image consultant of Ampersona Image Management. From the last 13 years, she has trained several students and professionals on essentials skills like goal setting, planning, organizing themselves for a successful career. Through the medium of effective communication skills and business etiquette, along with a growth mindset, she helps clients to enter the professional world. She has worked with brands like Tata, Mahindra, small business groups on modules like life skill process training, power dressing, etc. She believes that every human being has a unique skill set and so are the training needs. So she customizes her module as per the requirement of the client. So we now have her telling you all her insights and giving you all tips which can help you all in your personal development. Thank you, ma'am. We are really glad to have you here, and over to you, Fair. And you look really pretty. You just started the video and you're not audible. Your mic is on mute.
Thank you, Janvi. Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction. Just hold on. Just hold on. Okay. Thank you so much. And hello, everyone, and a very good evening. Today, already you all have attended a beautiful sessions previously, and everyone gave their beautiful insight about the interesting topics that we had earlier. So first of all, I want to thank Zzoko for inviting me here and be part of this launch event. And I'm really excited to speak in front of you all, to be part of it and make this session a very interesting one. So before we move further with the session, I want to ask you a question. First and foremost, all the sessions that you've attended earlier, maybe offline or online, what was common thing among them? What did the host or the trainer did? You can leave your comments in the comment box. What was the common thing that every trainer did? What was it? Any guesses? Come on. It's very simple, guys. Come on. Anyone? Any guess? Just hold on. Okay. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to make is my PPT visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay. Okay. So no one? No guesses? Every host or trainer start this session with an introduction, like Ujjwal did for me. Well, it was so beautiful. I don't think I need to introduce myself again. But still, as the norm says, we start with the introduction. So everywhere, every time we meet new people. And at that time, what we do, we introduce ourselves. We speak something about ourselves. Why? To begin a conversation with a purpose that we have something in our mind. What can be the purpose? It could be establishing a relationship. It could be building up a business relationship, right? So today we are going to see what are the norms, what is the etiquette that we need to follow while giving business introduction, right? So let's see and move further. What are the different etiquettes that we need to follow? So before moving with it, Ujjwal, I would request that we have a lot of audience coming in. So yeah. Okay. Just hold on, guys. Let me make a little bit settings actually. Yeah. Okay. So as I said, we are going to begin with the introduction. But this time, my introduction is going to be something different. Not the typical what I did in the past, what I'm going to do in the future, but I'm going to speak about the present. That is, I'm a chief image consultant, behavioral coach, and soft skill trainer. Now, this is my professional introduction, right? What about my personal life? I'm not going to speak about all my personal life, but yes, if I want to introduce myself in a lively, simple manner, how I'm going to do that? I'm going to say, I'm a sassy sadhana and simple thing. What I did, I took the first initial letter of my name and a surname, and I chose two adjectives that describe myself very elegantly. That is, I love to live my life very lively and a simple manner, no complications. Similarly, I want you all to introduce yourself. How are you going to introduce yourself? You can leave your comments in the comment box. I want to see how you're going to introduce yourself with the letters, with the user letter that starts with your name. Do you want to go with it? Shall we see how you're going to introduce yourself? Let's see how you're going to introduce. Who are the audience? How are they going to do that? Okay, everyone can hear me? Someone has put they are unable to hear me. Am I audible to everyone? Yes. Okay, Priya, thank you so much, Priya. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So how are you going to introduce yourself? I want to know how you are going to introduce yourself. Come on, let me see. Bharti Chawla. So Bharti, how are you going to do? How are you going to introduce yourself? Choose two adjectives that describe yourself. Gorgeous, honest. Oh, lovely, Geeta. Very nice. Very beautiful. Come on, participants. Come on. I want to see how you are going to introduce yourself. Come on. It's a simple activity. Let's gear up. It's too much listening is not going to be. We are here to talk, to discuss how to have introductions. This is a practical session. This is not something theory that we are going to sit and listen. We are going to practice it. Okay. Basundara says innovative, responsible. Basundara, you have to choose adjectives that starts with the letter, first letter B and S. Beautiful, Basundara. We can say, right? What more? Come on, participants. I want to hear. Simple and effective. Rohit says simple and effective. Wow, bold. Very good, Vasundhara. Very creative. Rohit, come on. I want ours. Choose an adjective that starts with R. Priya says balance and simple. Guys, you have to choose adjective that starts with your letter. First letter of your name and the first letter of your surname. Wow, Weber. Very good. Vaishali says fruitful. Vaishali, the first letter V. You have to use the letter V. Kshitij says nightly. Wow, Kshitij, wonderful. Give them a big clap. You are amazing, guys. You are amazing. Perfect. More. Come on. We have so many participants. Let's see how you're going to introduce yourself. Okay. Aishwarya says, awesome, Aishwarya. Perfect, Aishwarya. Very nice. Very good. Perfect. Perfect. Lovely. Did you enjoy it? What happened when I told you to describe yourself with two adjectives? Positive. Priya says positive, Priya. Perfect. Bharti says bubbly. Very nice. Janvi says jovial. Very lovely. Very lovely. Guys, you're very creative. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay. Rishi says robust. Perfect. Perfect. So now I want to ask you one thing. When I asked you, you have to introduce yourself. What happened? I gave you certain conditions. You have to use adjectives that starts with your name and the surname, the initial letter of your surname too. What was going on in your mind? You were thinking. You were trying to relate it with your life, as I did. I love living my life simple and in a very you say in a lively manner. In that way, similarly, I want to know how is it difficult to relate yourself with something? No, actually, whenever we are giving introductions, what we provide some information to the other person. Why? So that we can have a conversation. As I said earlier, the introduction that you give is the way you present yourself to the person, to the other person. It's your first impression that you're creating. If you can nail it, it can work for you. And if not, that will work against you. So we have to be very careful as in which order, what we are saying, and how we are speaking. As I told you, just hold on, guys. Yeah. As I told you, introductions are of different manner. There are social introductions, there are business introductions. So today we are just going to focus on business introductions because as we have the time constraint of 1 hour, we are going to see all the possible situations there are where we need to introduce our clients, where we need to introduce our other associates with us. So how we are going to do that? What can be the better way? How we are going to nail it? I think we have a lot of participants entering. Not a problem. Okay, so one more thing I want to make it clear to all of you that there is no fixed rule for it. We have to use these sentences or we have to speak in this manner only. The norms, the principle of behavior that we are going to follow, that is we call as etiquette, are the general rules that are set up for particular business situation. What words you're going to use, how you're going to use, that is up to you, right? So now let's see how we are going to do. Is my PPT available, visible to the activity that we did before? It was the same thing, but it was just on the other platform, wherein we were used to put all the words that you have described yourself in the chat box, and you can see a beautiful graph over there. But I don't want to like lose most of our time, so I told you to do it on the chat box. It was the same activity that we did before. So now, what's the agenda for today? We have no agenda. We are going to discuss here. We are going to discuss the situation as in why we need to give our introductions, how we need to do that, and what we need to avoid, what will be appropriate for the particular situation. Okay, so what we are going to focus is just the order in which we need to give the introduction. So shall we move forward? Shall we move? I need you, yes. If you are going to say yes, then only I'm going to move forward. Come on, guys. Yes, shall I move forward? You want to see what happens?
Yes, ma'am.
There are different, very interesting activities coming up forward. And I want you all to participate, to talk as much as possible, because that will help you nail that in those introductions. Okay, so first of all, why we need to introduce ourselves, right? The first purpose is to acquaint people with one another. Acquaint means to meet familiar with each other, right? So whenever we meet new people, we do not directly start with the main motive. Oh, I'm here to meet you. I have this business agenda. Let's discuss. Let's see whether we can work it or not. So many things come, right? We don't do that on the spot. First, what we do, we make ourselves at ease. When we introduce ourselves, what we are doing, we're making familiar with each other. Then it will serve as an opener for conversation. When we speak about, my name is so-so, right? Then what happens? You say about some of your hobbies, or you speak about some of your interests. So what will happen? The other person will become curious about you. He will pick up those cues and start conversation with you. Similarly, we have to pick up those cues from the people who are introducing themselves and speak about them. Now, exchange primary information. Basically, when you're introducing yourself, what we are giving, you're exchanging the information like your name. It should be full name. Secondly, what you share with them, you share your designation. Then what you will share? What will be the third thing? What do you think? What will be the third thing? Come on. I want answers from you. Come on, guys. What will be the third thing? What will be the third thing? Name, designation. What can be more to it? What will be the primary information? I want to know what will be the primary information. What will be the primary information? Name, full name. After that, your designation, your organization, and some of your hobbies or interests that you want to add based upon the group and the people present over there. Okay, so this is what basically the introduction will consist of. Basundhara says it depends on the audience actually. Very well said, Basundhara. The group that you're addressing. It depends on the group and the situation you're addressing. Okay, so now fourth thing, conveys respect for each other. The manner in which we speak, it speaks a lot. Not your words, but the way you're speaking to the audience puts you at ease and feels confident. When you introduce yourself and everything goes well, what happens? You feel comfortable, you feel confident, and then you slowly take your conversations further. That's why it's very important that you are able to introduce yourself in an amicable manner. Also, many times what happens in the business meetings or various networking events, many people are so much shy, or they feel like awkward. They try to keep themselves aloof. They feel it's better to be away rather than getting included, but it's not going to serve the purpose. Basically, in business meetings, what it is important, when you introduce yourself, you're giving yourself a chance to move further. That's why it's important that we know how to introduce ourselves. And it's not difficult. It's just we need to practice. You have to make a simple conversation, which will help you as well as the other person to open up the conversation. So this is what our purpose is. Now let's see what are the different kind of introduction. Actually, because of the network issue, my PPT is taking a lot of time to move further. Yes. Types of introduction. As I told you, there are two types of introduction. First is the self-introduction, wherein you introduce yourself to one person or a group of three. Friends, remember what I'm saying, the words, where you introduce yourself to the one person or a group of three. And there is other one, introducing two or more people to one another. Okay, if there's a larger group, then the pattern in which you are going to introduce yourself is going to vary. The words that you are going to use, that will also vary. So you have to guess, you have to judge as in how I need to introduce myself. Like today, we have an audience of 26 people. Okay, so I have the introduction that I have to give to you was basically short, okay, to the point, as in we are speaking about the topic, like etiquette of business introduction. So it should be to the introducing in such a manner that you understand the topic. It should be focusing on the topic. That's why I started my introduction in such a way. Sassy Sadhana, simple thing. It was a way to include all of you and make you part of this introduction. Okay, so now let's see how self-introduction we can do. In that also, there will be situations. We are going to work upon the situations. We are not going to see theory part. So you have to speak more and more so that it will help me understand what are your queries. And you can ask me, you can stop me there and there itself and ask me, ma'am, is this right or is that wrong? Okay, let's move further. Self-introduction. While giving self-introduction, you have to keep few things in mind. Mentioning your full name clearly. Many times we have a habit, as in we speak about just, my name is Sadhana. No. If you cannot take seriously, the other person is not going to take you seriously. Always mention your full name. Second, provide concise information. Many times we are in the habit that we want to speak a lot about us, where I was born, how I was brought up, and what I did, and what are my achievements, and everything. So you have to just focus that what is appropriate to that particular situation. For example, if you are a teacher, you have parents coming to the PTA meeting. Okay, what will be your focus? How you're going to? Parents know that you are the teacher. You are going to speak about the thing, but there, while giving introduction, your introduction will be your full name, right? If suppose the parents are meeting you for the first time, then you can speak about how the child is in the class, then speaking about the subject, then speaking about how there can be improvement. So based on that, you have to make the introduction. You have to build your conversation, right? So one more thing, while giving your introduction and your conversation, you have to make it subtle. Don't rush for the conversation, okay? Let it go slowly and smoothly, right? And your introduction should not be more than 30 to 45 seconds. Many times what happens, people go on and on and on and on. And the person who is sitting in front, he feels like, oh, what this person is doing. And they're not interested in listening to you anymore. So keep it to the point and let the person also speak. So 30 to 45 seconds, shake your hand, 3 palms up and down. That's it, right? Till the time you're mentioning your name. Maintain eye contact. And as I said, firm handshake. In business introductions, always remember the business introductions are genderless. And secondly, they are based on your ranks. It's not based on the age, it's not based on the position you hold, but it's the position you hold and the ranks that you hold. So basically, the people from the lower rank will be introduced to the people of the higher rank. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you and demonstrate that with the examples also. We are going to have a lot of examples, we are going to have a lot of conversation that will help you understand how to do your introduction. Okay, so shall we move forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So now, moving further, situation 1, simple introduction among 1 to 3 members. Okay, so now who is going to demonstrate me? Who is going to tell me how you're going to introduce yourself? Remember, it's a business introduction. So keep it simple. 30 seconds, max to max. Your time limit is that much. Okay, so now who wants to introduce them? So, come on. I need audience. Come on, audience. See, I have answers. I will give. Sorry, I think I have already given the answer. Okay, not a problem. So, whenever you're introducing yourself, you can start. Hello, I'm Niranjan Das. For example, the person is Niranjan Das. Hello, I'm Niranjan Das, marketing manager with XYZ Advertising, and also an amateur astrologer. This is a simple form of conversation where the person, he just focused on his name, marketing manager, his designation, the advertising, the organization, and he added a little bit element to it, like his personal interest that he follows, that is amateur astrologer. That this particular introduction has sufficient information to arouse an interest among the audience, and they can start a conversation. What do you think? What kind of conversation the audience can have? Anyone? What do you think? What kind of conversation audience will have with you if you give such kind of introduction? Come on. I want to know how, if someone is there, if someone is speaking to you, this person, Mr. Niranjan Das, comes to you and says that I am this, I'm a marketing manager. So how are you going to start your conversation with that person? How are you going to respond to him? Anyone? You can unmute yourself. Anyone? No one? Come on. Okay. Not a problem. So this is a way simple introduction that you will do with a single person or with a group of 3 members, max to max 3 members. But if it goes beyond, how we are going to do that introduction? I will show you with that with Another example. Introduction to a larger group. As I said, if there's a larger group, that means you need to provide more information. As in, I'm Niranjan Das, MD of XYZ Advertising. Don't mention MD, you have to mention the full name, like Managing Director of XYZ Advertising, because you have to show a little bit authority. As I said, it's a business setting, then you need to portray you have an authority. I have recently moved to Bangalore from Delhi, where I was the creative director of the same company. My most successful campaign has been the One India advertiser. See, the guy is giving you the hint and he's providing some information wherein audience can have a lot of cues and they can start as in where you were now. Like in Delhi, you were there. What was the project that you were doing? And what was the campaign? They can ask about the campaign. I love travel and good food. So he's giving so many information that easily everyone can get a like hint as in what I need to ask next. Okay, so Rohit, we can have a session for this. We can have a lot of annotations later on. So if not, then we can move further. Should we? Thank you. So now I'm going to give you an activity, a very interesting activity, and I know you will love it. Now you're going to do a live introduction. How? That I will show you. I'm going to send you all to the breakout rooms, wherein you are going to introduce yourselves to each other, right? So, Ujjwal, am I the host, co-host? Ujjwal, are you there?
You are.
Okay, just hold on. I will stop sharing. So I'm going to create the breakout room where you all are going to go in the breakout room where you will have other participants too, wherein they will introduce themselves. You have to introduce yourself. And as I think we have almost 30 participants, so we'll make a group of, shall we make a group of 5 each? Right? So we'll make a group of 5 and wherein, or shall we make it a group of 3? Okay, let's make a group of 3. I'm going to give you 8 to 10 minutes, wherein, okay, you will be assigned, the group will be assigned automatically, where you will find a lot of audience. You have to choose as in one by one, you have to start conversation as in who you are and what you do, from where you are, simple information that you think is relevant, but your introduction should cater to 30 to 45 seconds, not more than that. Everyone ready? Shall I send you in the breakout room? Okay, I'm creating, okay? 8 to 9 participants per room. And once the time is over, you all will be reverted back to the main page. Okay. Slowly, everyone will be directed to their rooms and then they can have the introduction. Time limit will be 8 to 10 minutes, max to max. And once it is over, you will be reverted back. Anyone? I think many. Anyone left? So, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. How was your experience? How was you like the introduction that we started, and how are you feeling while giving the introduction? Anyone can unmute themselves and answer. How it is because
Well,
of the pandemic.
well, it was really a good experience. Like as my colleague Bharti was there on the line, so she also expressed that she is working with as a business developer in Zzoko and all, and she is also working onto the data science and all. So as I was curious to know about the data science, actually I have also did some courses of the data science. So it was good to interact with her so that how it is actually applicable into the business when we go into. So because I was also thinking of getting into this course, but I have just taken an overview. So I thought it was a right platform where I could have asked him, like, because she is actually using that thing into his profession. Profession. So that was good. That what you say, like when you introduce yourself, people can come to know about yourself, and they can come take more information if that is of their interest. So it was really good.
Truly. Thank you, Priyanka, for sharing your experience. Anyone else? What was your experience as in when you started the conversation? What thoughts came to your mind? As in how much what I want to say, what I want to speak about myself. Even if you are a student, you want to speak about something about your like not apart from your name, as in what are your aspirations, what you're looking forward, in which field you want to get into, right? So anyone wants to share how was their experience? Anyone can share. Gita, would you like to go on? Okay. Gita, you can unmute yourself.
Sorry,
Yes,
ma'am,
yes.
I got disconnected, so I didn't hear, and I was blank in that
Not a problem. Not
5
problem.
minutes. I was really blank. Yeah. Sorry, ma'am.
It happens. It happens. Actually, when we are meeting strangers or we are meeting new people, what happens? We are not aware as in how much information, what information we need to share. In that situation, we just need to focus. As in, you need to share your name, what you are doing, what are your simple interests. As I said, I'm Nilesh. Hello, my name is So. I'm working with XYZ Business Advertising, and I'm an amateur astrologer. The person that, the Mr. Niranjan Das. Simple information, nothing else. So based on that, the other person starts conversation with you. Similarly, in any other situation, you can introduce yourself in simple manner and then take the conversation further. So was it helpful? Was it helpful, this breakout room activity? To give you a hint as in how you can start your thing, how you can begin the conversation. You have to keep your information concise. Even though this is virtual, but when you are physically also present face to face, you have to keep it short and simple. Make it 30 to 45 seconds, a firm handshake, eye contact, and speaking concise information. Okay, so shall we move forward?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, as we have finished with the activity, now let's go and check how we are going to introduce each other. Now the task will be a little bit tough, as in how to introduce one person to another. This is even though it looks simple, but it's a tricky one. Why? Because in business introductions, what you say doesn't matter, but how the order in which you are going to say that matters a lot. Always remember, there are certain rules that need to follow when you are introducing two people from the business setting. Now I will show you one by one how it is. First rank, as I told, in business setting, you have to introduce people based on the rank, the position and the seniority. But that doesn't mean you have to introduce the higher ranked person to the lower ranked person. It is the other way around. You have to introduce the lower ranked person to the higher ranked person. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you how it is going to be with an example. Introduce a junior to a senior executive. As I told, you have to introduce always the junior person to the senior one. Introduce your company peer to a peer in another company, right? So that they become familiar with each other. I'm going to give you all the examples, each for each of these settings. Clients take precedence in introduction. Always remember, guys, for a company, a client is his God. Even the CEO comes the last. So when it comes to introduction, the client will come the first. And introducing non-official person to an official person. So let's see one by one all the settings. How you're going to introduce yourself in these particular situations. Now, first case, introducing a business associate of different levels. So here, introducing a person of lower rank to the person of higher rank, regardless of age or gender. Always remember, it doesn't matter how the person is senior in age or it's a male or female. As I said, it's a business etiquette, no gender, no age criteria. It's just the ranking that matters. So you can say, Mrs. Gupta, I would like to introduce Mr. Atul Ram, who have recently joined our sales team. So Mr. Atul Ram is a junior associate who has recently joined. So to whom we are introducing it to Mrs. Gupta. Mrs. Gupta is the CEO of the organization. So you can say, Mrs. Gupta, I would like you to introduce Mr. Atul Ram, who have recently joined our team. And then you can take up the next line, as in Mrs. Gupta is the CEO of our organization. In this way, you're going to introduce the junior associate to the senior one. Okay, so now let's see the other scenario. Is it clear, everyone, how you have to introduce the junior one to the senior one? Any question at this point? Any question, you can ask me. If you have any query. Okay, so shall I move to the second scenario, as in how you're going to do for the second one? And remember, guys, it doesn't matter what the words you are going to use. It's just you have to, order you have to remember. Because specifically, if you are at the higher positions, you are the managers, you are the general manager, or you have a lot of clients. If you are in the sales team, you are going to meet a lot of people outside, wherein you are going to bring them to your organization, you are going to introduce them to your bosses. So how you're going to do that? That matters a lot. Okay. So, and one more thing, it's a position wherein people get offended if they are not introduced well. And that could break or make your relationship, your business relationship, of course. So shall we move forward? Okay. Introducing a client, very, very crucial. As I said, client takes precedence in every matter. And always remember, the person whom we are going to introduce, the name will come the last. And to whom the introduction is made, the name will come first. Now, I'm going to make introduction to the client, Mr. Prasad. So what I will say, Mr. Prasad, please meet Mrs. Gupta, a Chief Operating Officer. And Mr. Prasad is the Managing Director of XYZ organization, a client of. Did you get it? How the introduction has been done? The name of the person whom the introduction is made, that is Mr. Prasad, the client of yours. Mr. Prasad, please meet Mrs. Gupta, our Chief Operating Officer. Mr. Prasad is the Managing Director of our organization, a client of ours. Did you get it? How it is done? Any query on this point? You can change, you can use your words if you want. If you want to change your words, if you want to change the sentences, but remember how the introduction is made. Mr. Prasad, your client will come first. You are going to make introduction to Mr. Prasad. Mr. Prasad, please meet Mrs. Gupta, our Chief Operating Officer. And Mr. Prasad is a Managing Director of So Company, a client of ours. Did you get everyone clear how it is done? Any query? Shall I move forward? If you want to put in the chat box, you can. Okay, so let's move further. Introducing a non-official person to an official person. Specifically, there are a lot of organizations wherein, like as there are this commissioners or general admirals, everyone comes over there, and you want to introduce them to your chief operating officer, to your bosses. So how are you going to meet? So you're going to use that title, Commissioner Rani. Please meet Mrs. Gupta, a chief operating officer. You start your introduction in this way, and then take the conversation further. Did you get it? If you want to put sir, you can put sir. So, Commissioner Rani, sir, please meet Mrs. Gupta, our chief operating officer. Very simple. Always remember, guys, whenever you're giving introduction, specifically of the dignitaries, like admirals are there, captains are there, army personals, you have to use their titles. so that it's a kind of respect, a courtesy that we are giving to them. So that will help or give respect, and even the person will feel like, okay, that person is elated to begin the conversation with. Okay, so shall we move forward? How you are the introducer. Remember, in this situation, you are going to introduce 2 or more people because you are the common link. There will be a lot of networking events. There will be a lot of seminars wherein you are the common person and you need to introduce each one of them. So how you're going to do that? That you need to keep in mind. You have to put each one of them at ease and begin your conversation. So shall we move forward? Is it clear at this point? This third scenario. Should I move forward? Anyone? Any queries? Okay, I will take that yes and move forward. Now the general guidelines that we need to follow while giving the business introduction, specifically when you're introducing 2 or more people. Clearly state your full name. As I said, it's very important. In business setting, no nicknames, no short names. At this point, I will tell you one incident that happened with Mr. Raghu Palat. He's a very famous author, a banker actually by profession, and he was attending an event wherein he was very famous personality actually, and he was having a conversation with one of his associates, and another person came over there. He barged in and he started conversation. Are you with American Express? Raghu Palat sir said, yes, I am. Do you know my friend Raghu Palat? He didn't ask the name of that person. He directly started conversation. Do you know my friend Raghu Palat? Everyone was silent. Why? Because he was talking to the same person. And he thought by speaking his name or giving that name, he would create an impression. So don't try to making impressions or creating something dramatic. You fail to do those things. Like what happens now, the host that is present in these events, they have this responsibility to make introduction. So if the host is not able to do that, so whenever you go and first of all introduce yourself, make familiar with everyone, and then start the conversation. Otherwise, it can put you in risk. Okay, always smile and maintain eye contact. Many times, what happened whenever people introduce themselves, we are not able to get their names, and sometimes the names are tricky because of they're from out of India or from other part of state, and we are not able to get their names. So what we can do in that scenario? We can say simply smile and say, sorry sir, I didn't get your name. Can you please? So again, the person will help you. And then you can also, if whenever you are having conversation, try to take the name of that person twice or thrice in between the conversation, so that it becomes familiar to you, and also ask the person that hope I'm taking your name, pronouncing your name correct in that way. So that will help you build a relationship with that person. Shake a woman and man's hand in a similar manner. Always remember, friends, as I said, business setting is genderless. So whenever you're shaking hand, don't loose limb kind of thing. No, you have to make a firm handshake 3 to 4 times up and down, and it's done till the time you're mentioning your name. Don't call a person by their first name when meeting for the first time. Generally, what happens when we start conversation, we feel that conversation ho gaya, now formal se informal ho jao, and then hi Sadhna, hi Mr. Ram, hi. It doesn't work. If you want to take, you take the last name and the title, but never take their first name until unless the person says so. Okay, never use titles such as Mr., Miss, Mrs. to introduce yourself. Remember, when you're introducing yourself, many times people have habit, I am Mrs. Sadhna Singh. No, my name is Sadhna Singh. So avoid using your titles. Specifically, you can use the titles only like if you're a doctor or someone and you regularly use that. At that time, you can say, I'm Dr. Sadhna Singh. Yeah, in that, whoever the person is. Okay, so even in the time of introduction, you can mention that she is Dr. Shikha Gupta in that way. Understood? So anyone, any queries here? Any queries, you can ask me so that we can move further.
Yeah.
Any question?
No, all clear.
Okay, thank you so much. So moving further, now this is what we did, like having introduction and self-introduction and introducing two or more people. Now what will happen? If introduction is done, everything is done, what will happen? There's a responding. Now we have to give a response also. How are you going to respond? What do you think? How are you going to respond? I think I've already shown the PPT to you. After introducing your name, you should say, how do you do? That is in your formal situation. Okay. And in the informal situation, you can say, hello, I have heard so much about you. Glad to meet you. Or pleased to meet you. Or you can say any other words that resembles respect and say that you are glad to meet that person. Okay. So this is the way how you're going to react to that person and then take the conversation further. So any questions that you want to put forward, any query in this particular scenario? Because guys, remember the rules that I have mentioned, the etiquette, the norm that you are going to follow for business situation is totally different than social situation. In social situations, the position, the rank doesn't matter. First comes the age criteria, then comes your gender criteria, and then comes your social status. So accordingly, you have to make introduction in the social setting. Remember this question. You have social setting and the business setting totally different. You have to focus as in who your group is, what is the setting is, and how much information I need to convey. Okay. Is it clear to everyone as in what is the difference between the social setting and the business setting? Any query here?
No.
Friends, if you have any query, any question, please ask me, Raya, because it's like Naki, it will help me take you in the right direction. Because giving introduction, speaking about ourselves and introducing people is something that we all do commonly. But because of pandemic, what has happened? We have started doing conversation either on the phone or either virtually that we are doing right now. But when we meet physically, what happens? We are a little bit hesitant. We are embarrassed. We feel awkwardness, and we are not able to begin that conversation. So that is what will take you back. The most important thing about introduction is to make introduction. It's not about "भाई मैं नहीं बोलूँगा." If I'm not going to speak, people are not going to know me. What's the purpose of that? Your main purpose is building relationship. Specifically, if you're a salesperson, what you have to go in a networking meet. You're going to exhibitions. What you will go? You will go talk with the different people over there. You're going to speak about what the product is. You're going to introduce yourself, your organization. You speak about your status in their position or in their organization, and then take that conversation further. Is everyone like any questions here? Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I would like
Yes.
I would like to say this is really a good what you say. During this pandemic, and now we are not getting an opportunity to talk to people one to one, or
Yes.
physically we don't meet.
Yes.
What I actually felt the gap is like many of the new academics people have now joined into the companies. They have been recruited from colleges to the companies, and they have started working from online only.
True.
So they actually have not got an opportunity how to talk to MD, talk to the seniors, managers, and all. So this kind of session is really going to help them to understand when they are first time going to meet after a year or two, how they will going to introduce themselves to their own colleagues and their seniors. So
Right.
it is really very matters that people should know how to introduce themselves.
Exactly. Because the conversation that you do, the start of your conversation is your introduction. If you cannot do that, people will not feel like you're not formal, you're ill-mannered. They will not feel you like we are not a part of it. They don't feel that you are a part of that organization, you're not a part of that formal setting, and you're misplaced. You automatically lose that confidence and you cannot move further. Basundra, you have raised your hand. Any question, please?
Yes, ma'am, I had a question.
Please, Basundra.
Ma'am, actually, I personally feel very awful when a person asks me, how do you do? Or when I ask a person, how do you do? Because, ma'am, I don't know that person. So, I feel it doesn't make sense to ask the person, how do you do? Because ultimately, the person, whatever conversation I came across, the person says, I am fine, thank you. So I really feel that this, like, statement is
Yes.
really not making any sense for me personally.
Nahin, personally, that is very true. Actually, what is the case? Um, Basically, here we are speaking about the global setting, global business setting. Okay, so now if in Indian business etiquette, if you will see, many times people use other words. How I use, yeah, different use of different words. It's up to you. It's totally up to you, Basundara, what you want to use the word. It's just that when you make an introduction, okay, you need to have one thing, like you need to have an opening statement. Hello, as I said, my name is So. I'm with organization, and how do you do? Or uh, how's the day? Or whatever the word, the sentence that you feel appropriate for that particular person, you can use. There's nothing as such right or wrong. It all depends what's the setting. Okay, this is what I spoke about. How do you do is the global setting. Generally, people use the sentence. How do you do? Is it correct, Vasundhara? Any query?
No, Mama, I absolutely agree with you.
Thank you so much. Anything else? Any query, guys? Okay,
No.
Weber says how to respond to how do you do. Weber, actually, the situation basically, how do you do? Mainly when people react, they say the same thing. How do you do? Never, no one says like I'm fine, thank you, or in that way. When you introduce yourself, like my name is So. How do you do? Then the other person will respond like, hello, my name is So. How do you do? It is reverted in that way. Any other query? Weber, any query? Any question? Anyone? This is a global opportunity Zzoko has created, and really I'm glad to be part of this event and the different sessions they have created from the different, bringing all the experts here speaking on different topics. It will be very helpful to all the participants, all the uh, your people present over here, because these things we were not. In our time, no one used to tell us what you have to do, what is right, what is wrong. We learned from our experiences, we learned from our mistakes. So I think having so much information around will definitely help you in moving further. If you have any query, any question, please, you can have it. And like what's the question you're asking? Like when we cannot get the right word in mind, for what? For what? If I need to know the conversation that you will have. Can you unmute yourself, Tanveer? We can have a conversation and understand as in what exactly the conversation you want to have. In a conversation, sometimes a word slips from mouth. Okay, not a problem. So many times what happens, in the flow of conversation, some words come out which are not suitable. So what to do? Take it slow, smile, and sorry. Say a little bit. Just say sorry, and I mean to say this politely, very calm, very composed. Not to worry what they are going to think. When you are like we are real to ourselves. We are authentic. At that time, nothing matter. Nothing will matter. Okay, so just say sorry. I mean to say that, and then we move further with the conversation. Hope it is clear, Tanveer. Any query? Any other? Okay, so thank you so much. And this is how basically in business setting we take into look. So if I have to summarize, what are the things that we look forward? First, we saw the ranking. Basically, you have to look as in, okay, Rohit has raised hand. Rohit, please, what's your question? Rohit, you can unmute yourself. Yes.
Ma'am, my question right in the chat box.
Okay,
Please.
just ma'am, when someone asks us, how are you? Always we answer that I'm fine, even though we know we can't be forever. That's true, Rohit. But as I said, in business setting, we are not supposed to maintain what I will tell you one situation. This happened with me, and it was a networking meet. And generally, what happened when we go to networking meet, it's basically official thing, and we speak about only to the point, business related, right? So whenever someone says, "How do you do?" or something, so even though we are not fine, people are not there to listen to our sorrows, our what we are, for how, what kind of day we had, or what we have gone through, because everyone has their parts and bits. Everyone has certain things going on in their mind. They have certain problems. They have their own worries. We all have gathered. We have gathered with one purpose. When we meet someone, you have to just focus on that particular topic. We have to just focus on your main purpose. We have to leave behind all the worries behind. Many times what happened, like when conversation started, and I asked that lady in that networking meet, "How are you? How's the work?" and all. In that way, we started, and she started. She was carried along. Like she started very beautifully, but then, oh, I had this problem. Then this happened, and I didn't want to go, and then this happened with me, and I felt, why did I ask for this question? Similarly, people feel like, why, if you go make the things personal, keep your personal things apart and keep your professional things apart. You have to be just focused as in what your purpose is for that particular event. Is it clear, sir? Rohit, sir, is it clear, Rohit? Any other query? Yeah. Okay.
No,
Thank you, Rohit. Any other queries? Okay, thank you so much. So, this was all about our session. Any queries, anything you want to discuss, or you have any situation in your mind which you have gone through and you wanted to share here, you can share with us. Even we can find a solution to that. Okay. How to maintain the formal language at formal place? Tanveer, very, very important question you have asked, and I'm really glad you asked this question. Before introductions, everyone have to prepare for it. Simple, to the point, and you have to practice in front of the mirror. Before going to any event, make it a point, you practice it speaking in front of the mirror, minimum 5 to 6 times, so that when you go to the event, you should look natural. You shouldn't look like, something he's not able to, he's muttering, no. These things we have to avoid, specifically in the business setting. Okay. Hope it answers your question, Tanveer. Any query, any other? Thank you everyone for listening me patiently, and over to you, Ujjwal.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
taking out time on a weekday and coming here and sharing all such valuable points with all the people here. Thank you so much. And I'm sure everybody loved this session. And even I was in one breakout room and I was able to talk to 2 people. And like, it was really great for even me to having interacting with them. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Janvi. Thank you so much.
And we would love to have you more times. Whenever the sessions happen, we'll contact you for that.
Thank you, Vasundhara. Thank you, Irfan. Thank you, Vasundhara.
Okay, so guys, just before we end the session, I would request everybody to fill the feedback form. If you fill the feedback form in the chat box, you'll be able to get an e-certificate of the session you just attended. So you please, it'll be great if you all fill the feedback form. I'll give you all 2 to 3 minutes for that. So you'll get a e-certificate.
Yeah, Janvi, we have the ebooks also, no, for this?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll send it all. We'll send that also through. They just have to fill the feedback form so that we're able to track them.
Friends, please fill up the form, because the ebooks that Zzoko is going to share. It has a lot of information, and it has with the live examples. You can understand as in what you have to do, what you have to avoid. So it's all just the practice. Once you get into the practice of introductions, you don't have to look further. It will become natural for you. Okay, I'm in this setting, I have to speak this. I'm in that setting, I have to speak that. So it becomes very fluent for you also. You won't be worrying too much. It's just the start. Once it is done, everything is set.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again. Also, guys, we'll now, my team Bharti will send you a few links. One, the feedback form. Second, I'll share the LinkedIn post again. We will keep the contest on for today, and we'll take the results out tomorrow, because I've seen only people have been so attentive with the session that they didn't get time to go and comment on that. So we'll keep it on till tomorrow, and we'll reveal the winners tomorrow. And apart from that, there are links of our social media sites, WhatsApp group, Telegram group. Make sure you join all of these so that you all keep getting updates we share about Zzoko and the important points we keep sharing. And the feedback form though was already shared. So I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes to do all of these, and then we'll end the session on a good note. And once again, thank you everybody for taking out time and attending sessions by our expert speakers who have knowledge for years. And I hope it helps all of you. And tomorrow is the last day of our launch event. So make sure you attend it. So I hope everybody filled the feedback form, and the LinkedIn challenge is also shared. So you all can do it. And we'll love to have you all tomorrow as well. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good evening, all of you all.
Thank you.
Utpal, you can now end the session.